All right, and we are back, this time live from Strathmere, New Jersey, between Ocean City and Sea Isle. I am with the coach himself, Brian Duffy from Longport Beach Patrol, and Lieutenant Alex Grassi from Brigantine Beach Patrol. I am retired Captain Fran Messino from Brigantine, enjoying the retired life, going to the beach at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, guys. Woo! I got to say, it's a beautiful Monday night here we have, right at the Deauville Inn, in support of the fight against multiple sclerosis. Every dollar raised tonight will go toward research for a cure for this horrible disease.
Absolutely. I mean, what a great way to come out and row, raise some money. These young guys showing their skill, not like they usually do, right? Because it's the Back Bay. A little bit different. Familiar to us with the old Brigantine style of rowing.
Right.
Pretty much. Bay race.
Yes.
Bay race was the best. We love the Bay race. You guys got to bring that back. Have a second race. We have plenty of races. Why not?
Yeah.
There are plenty of races. I know there's been talk. I'm out of the loop a little bit, but that was 1 mile of pure joy, wasn't it? That doubles race and the singles race, just an absolute sprint with the State Bird of New Jersey gnawing at your ankle, the greenhead, but a lot of great times. I got to say, just walking around seeing all the paddlers and rowers, this might be the first time Cape May and Atlantic County are almost fully represented, along with some beach patrols from the north and south of New Jersey, and some alums.
It's great seeing the LBI beach patrols start coming more down to the races.
Yes.
You got them at the Goudies, got them last week in Atlantic City. It's awesome because you see, you know, we've been talking about this. It's the lifeguard culture. Like, we grow up here. My kids are standing right over here watching us on TV talking about lifeguard racing, and it's just to them, I think the most clicks on this have been my two boys watching these races religiously for the past 5 years. They've grown up with lifeguard boat racing. This is a part of summer, and you can see it by all the crowd out here tonight. It's amazing. It's awesome.
Yeah, and one of the best parts about this is I remember as a young guard not getting into the big races, and this was a perfect opportunity. 2, 3, 4 years, hey, will somebody drive me to Upper Township from Brigantine? And, you know, you're lucky enough to get someone to drive you, and you get some experience. And you get beat up, you do some good things, you learn your course, and you get to row with your partner. That's a big advantage of this race.
Franny just retired from the Beach Patrol, but I've actually been retired from Longport Beach Patrol for 13 years now.
Wow, I can't believe that.
That makes you feel even older, but the funny part is back when I was on the beach, I was losing to this young crew. So I was the old guy, but I was losing to these young kids named Mike and Sean, and they're still doing it after all these years. You know, I am going to say this, guys. I'm going to be a little biased tonight. I do hope my brother wins another one of these races.
Well, and I'll tell you what, when I started and I looked up to Sean as a rower, and he was like, Grass, you got to get in the 6 Mile Bay row. Mike and I started in the 6 Mile Bay row, and then around the island we learned how to row together. And it was just, and I said the same talk with our doubles crew in Brigantine. I said, guys, if you're not busy, get in here. It's something about getting time together and staying connected through the stroke. there's no replication of this.
It's a great opportunity for a young crew. I know there's a young boat from Longport jumping in tonight. You know, these guys, this is the opportunity. You got races like this. If you want to go for the big challenge, go for the Around the Island. It's at the end of August. There's so many opportunities for racing for young rowers. The Brigantine race is a perfect example of that. You guys, that race has changed the South Jersey lifeguard racing because you get so many kids, young kids in a boat. And you know, Sean said it the other day at the race. Like, at first he was against it. He wanted the tradition of the bay race, and then he realized the value of having young rowers out there. And the paddleboard too. Like, you get them active, you get them comfortable with the equipment, because this is life-saving equipment.
Exactly.
We forget that sometimes. This is about lifeguarding, not about racing. The racing is the fun part, but it's the training to become better lifeguards.
Absolutely.
And you can see that with all the vessels that are being used. Well, of course, we have the torpedo can. You go out on a can run, the most common rescue. And then the paddlers, I'll say the paddlers in South Jersey are some of the best in the country. I mean, when you look at the nationwide races, and then, of course, we have the Van Dyne surf boat. I was just talking to one of the owners of Orehouse Products. Now that they're not painted, by the way. The gel coat that they put on these boats, you could tell them all apart. It's not just the traditional boat's beautiful, that white boat's beautiful, but we have all these color schemes, and I was looking at the other night, Friday night in Atlantic City. I saw Margate's new boat, and I said,
It is pretty big.
we got to put an EHELES on that. It's because it's perfect throwback, Eagles uniform colors.
That's old school Margate colors.
So
right?
look,
Yes,
I'm going to stop you right now. You can see they're all backing
Yep.
it up towards the line. One of the first things somebody ever told me was in these races, do not back it down. Because when you go, you got to go. So it's going to be kind of a funny start. You're going to have some guys jump out to a little bit of a lead. I mean, it's 6 miles. You're not going to win the race in the first minute, but it's kind of interesting as you see them align, because with the current, with the winds, you know, you're going to get your 2 points, but a lot of guys are going to nudge, they're going to push, they're not going to move. So
Look at this shot from.
yeah, that is a
from
great
the drone.
shot.
It's beautiful.
So we have 3 heats tonight, right?
There's 3 heats.
Okay.
And then we also have the paddleboard. I will say I've done the Deauville race here, I think 5 times, and they do an amazing job.
Awesome
They're gonna
Awesome.
take their time. They're gonna get this lined up
Yes.
as best as possible. It's not perfect, but you know, the one thing we were talking about this before, this race specifically, this I would consider like the NASCAR of racing.
Sure,
You don't have lanes. You don't have flags. You got to go around. You got to jostle between boats. You got to draft off of each other. There's gonna be what's Ricky Bobby say? There's rubbins racing, man. You're gonna see some rubbing tonight.
Yes.
It's gonna be
Trade
awesome.
of paint.
Well,
Yeah.
and also these boats put a little bit of a weight, so it's some strategy. When are you going to make a move around somebody? Because it's hard. It's hard to pass somebody in these boats.
We got Greg Smith from Ventnor in here tonight. I've rode with Greg in this race multiple times and around the island. And one of the things we always would say, we love the turn, because when
Yes.
you turn, if you got a boat that's, you know that there's going to be crews that are going to walk on you. They're
Yep.
going to save that energy and they're going to try to walk on you. And their strategy, you can push them out, get them into the current, make them slow down. You have control over other crews in
And
this race.
Greg's rowing with a young, upcoming Bucknell rower, Lily Corcoran.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to be shooting for that mixed doubles.
Okay.
They have a great shot
And
of that.
she's an absolute stud out there on the water.
Guys, I think I have a new favorite paint scheme or gel coat scheme of boats.
Oh,
The American flag boat. That is
doesn't
just
love that?
gorgeous.
Who's got that one? That's beautiful. That is nice.
all right.
And
Well,
So what do you like here, Brian and Frank? Do you like the inside lane, outside lane here? What do we like?
honestly, with this wind, you just want to get out quick and clean. It doesn't really matter where you're at. I would say if you have to, you want to favor the inside lane. Like I'm looking at the monitor right now. Sean and Mike are right there. Avalon, they're looking. You know that black boat and red hull. It's pretty distinctive. Margate's right next to Longport there, lining up.
And,
They're not gonna
and
give
there's
each other an inch.
Avalon. Look at that Avalon right next to him. I think they got second place last year.
Yeah.
You know, solid. They're ready for the jerseys as well.
And we can see, like Alex said, you don't back it down, but they are being serious. We see the buoy out there, which is marking the start line. And they want everyone, they want their bow balls, even though they don't have bow balls, they have them in crew, but they want their bows line right up on that buoy, on that line.
But if you can
So
see
that
them
one
now,
gets
they're
an
getting
advantage.
ready. I
So
think
you
I can
got
hear
the
'em.
first line. The first line there is the A heat. The boats behind them are the B heat and C heats. So not everybody's going to go at the start here. You're going to have, and that makes it safe because
Sure.
it does. One of my favorite rows when I've done it every year except for 1 year is the hammer row, and I actually row with my 13-year-old son now. But that race we go everybody, and it's super fun. But there's 50 crews and it's carnage.
Yes, it is pure carnage. It's a fun one.
It's carnage. So they have a staggered start here. It's a little bit easier.
And with all due respect, when you think of Longport, you think of, let's just go,
oh yeah.
right?
Well, why do we call it the hammer row?
Exactly.
Because it's Mike McGrath, Mikey's father.
Mike Sr..
We named him. That race was after Mike passed away. In 2006 was our first race there, and that's been going strong every year.
And I was around long enough to, I rode against Mike and his partner Donnie McEachran back in the day.
I rode with Don around the island.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of.
Oh, sure. Well, I DJ'd your
Lot of-
brother's wedding. You know, I've DJ'd for your family a couple times. It's absolute. It's always fun.
Yeah, we only have one DJ in our family, and that Disco Fran.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
There goes Wildwood with, they went with the yellow color scheme years ago. Glad they kept that up because they're very easy to tell when the Wildwood boat's around. When you go out of town, you see Atlantic City has a light blue boat most of the time. Brigantine with their orange boat. I don't know if Brigantine has any rowers
They did
tonight.
not bring any rowers
But we
tonight,
have-
unfortunately, because we're up in ship
And we
bottom
have our
tonight.
first start.
Oh, wow.
Here
what
we
a good
go.
start. Everybody's cooking.
And everyone, we're going to see who trades paint or locks oars. You do not want to lock oars because then you are stopped dead in the water while everyone else just keeps pulling away. and you won't get an advantage that last.
There you
the
go. We
whole
got
race,
some stoppage
but
already.
you might.
Yeah, number 14.
Yeah, you want to separate. You want to separate yourself from the field.
Yeah, this is it right
This is
here.
it. I mean, this is devastating to be put a couple minutes behind, possibly.
And that's the Avalon
you
front
know
of
what?
the
It's a
pack.
long race. It's a long race. They'll be able to recover. You know.
Yeah, but now they're in the back of that heat.
I mean, that's still.
And Margate boat jumped out. Man, they had such a nice row the other night.
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
And these boats will probably, with the weight of the boats of when they're brand new, getting lower and lower due to technology, it'll be interesting to see. I don't know if we're going to have any record times tonight, but we just might.
Yeah, you know, the boats are beautiful. The boats are great racing shells.
Sure.
My concern is, are they lifeguard saving quality equipment?
There's the
because
difference.
I want to be able to take a boat and get crushed on a wave and still be able to go through it in ocean surf to make a rescue. That's my biggest concern about it. But they are absolutely outstanding boats. They've done a great job with it, but sometimes lighter's not always better. That's, you know, I'm gonna kind of defend my brother on that one because I know he has a strong feeling about it.
It is tough for the beach patrols and the towns that are unwilling to, you know, purchase just a race boat. And fortunately, you know, you can see it with the crews that are finishing in the top.
So right now it looks like Margate's out the early lead. I have him about 35 strokes a minute here.
That's very high. Let's see if they can keep that.
And there goes Avalon rowing their Captain Murray Wolf boat. Captain passed away last year after, geez, I think a 60-something year career. Just such a great man. Really missed. See Cape May Point right there. I'm in about 6th or 7th place. Another Cape May boat. And these you're going to see, they're going to make moves at different times. But right now, we have 4 boats that look like they are just rowing in a race by themselves, with 5 and 6 right behind them. Upper Township represented. That looks like a brand new boat, maybe a year.
And it looks like we got Wildwood Crest as well.
A lot of new boats out there. A lot of pretty looking sharp boats.
And getting back to what you said earlier, Coach, it's kind of like when you hold a baseball in your hand and it's weighted and you can do a lot with that baseball. And then if you hold a wiffle ball, you don't have as much control over where that goes.
Yeah. Again, these boats are outstanding. And
Yes.
the oars that they've developed, they've taken Van Dyne lifeguard boats to a new level. Crest taking a nice lead there.
And these are now made by Oar House Products. I was just talking to Chris. He has some sample oars down there. And the oars are just, they're what most of the crews are using. Look at those.
Well, and the nice part is that, you know, this isn't just for lifeguards anymore. You know, the regular person can go out and get one of these boats, put it at their dock, and there's a lot of races that they can get involved in.
Absolutely. There's a couple guys here tonight. You know, saw Carlo Lasco and John McCann out here. I mean, two of the finest rowers out there, and they're excited to compete in the sea heat. Great guys. Carlo and John both are very involved with the surf boat, U.S. rowing surf boat. So not these boats, but there's a different type of shell. There you go. They're about to start. There you go. B Heat's taking off.
God, that American flag boat is pretty, isn't it?
They're taking a quick lead here.
I do love that sound when the oars go. Boom, 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 boom. Like a heartbeat. And those boats just take off.
So I was saying open ocean rowing is going to be in the Olympics in 2028.
Which is exciting.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
You know? Again, they're not rowing the Van Dyne boat, but they're rowing a rowing shell designed for racing. It's
That
a
is
beautiful
incredible.
boat. It's exciting, you know. And Carlo and John are two very big supporters of local guys. So if anybody out there is listening and interested in trying to get to that level, reach out to those guys. Reach out to Viking Rowing Club. They have them there. Viking, I'm out there just about every day rowing a boat or coaching a boat. It's super fun.
And John McCann is a former captain of Wildwood Beach Patrol.
That's it.
I think the last time they won the South Jerseys, he was the captain back in the 80s.
A fine man.
Good family.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the McCanns, Sherrers, all those guys.
Well, that's
Good-
the
good
part that we
families.
forget to mention is that we're all friends racing each other.
Oh,
here.
sure.
Yeah.
At the end, we all grew up together. You know, most of us rode for some of the same high schools. I mean, Jesus, Coach, you were my coach, right?
Do we want to go into details, Alex? Or, I mean, we can.
Maybe not.
If you want.
Maybe
I mean,
not.
Listen, I saw Coach Bergman today.
Yes.
I stopped at Ventnor Beach Patrol headquarters. I had to talk to Chief Funk, and I saw Coach Bergman. And anytime my son Andrew was with me, and I mean, it was just a treat to see him. And he's doing great.
Oh, he is.
And I always remember, like, his term for some of the the boys on the beach patrol. And you call them fine boys. Alex, you're one of the finest boys I've had.
There he is.
There it is.
So it looks like the B flight here is moving along. Nice race here. Beautiful
God,
shot.
what a shot.
Yeah.
Gorgeous night, it really is.
We got the C flight. Looks like they're lining up too.
I think I would be in F flight at this stage.
I see out there we got BJ Fox and Maddie Fox.
That's awesome.
BJ, retired AC firefighter.
Yes.
AC lifeguard, Longport lifeguard, rode with Mike McGrath. And his daughter, Maddie's out there. Maddie is on the list to be a Margate firefighter.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
That's excellent.
I rode with BJ yesterday morning at Viking Run Club. You know, it's a
Yeah.
small world, man.
I know.
But I think she gets her athleticism from her mom,
Yeah,
Kathy.
there's no doubt about
Yeah.
that. There's no doubt.
Which
Kathy was out there too, rowing with us.
I'm not joking.
Oh, she's the best.
I'll tell you one thing about being retired. You never work hard in your life. You know, you are filling time with doing things you never thought, oh, let me do this. Let me undertake another project.
Going to the beach is way harder than just
Yes.
just sitting on the stand and watching the water.
I get to the beach about 2 o'clock in the afternoon now. That's nice. But, you know, I have my 8-year-old and 5-year-old, Remington and Stellan. Please behave for Mommy tonight. I was going to bring them, but, again, they would be announcing with us. So kind of like the way Alex was when he was a kid and my neighbor back in those golden days of Lafayette.
So we had that conversation, right? I was sitting there with Captain Wilkinson and Lieutenant Keck, and we got in a bit of an argument. Are you a morning beach person, or are you afternoon into evening? And I'm a big afternoon into evening guy. They were more 8 a.m. coffee guys, and we were kind of went at it a little bit about it. So what do you got? Are you a morning? Are you a late night evening? What's your beach schedule if you're not working the stand?
I would say it depends on the day. 4th of July, I'm down. I literally, this 4th of July, we sit at Claremont Avenue in Margate. I had my stuff on the beach at 4:40 in the morning. We had our tent set up. It was me and one of my buddies, and we came down. We were the first ones on the beach because every year it gets pushed back because growing up in Margate, having a business, my family had a business in Margate, Party Pack, and like we relied on the summer residents, just like the beach patrols and the community does. We relied on those summer residents. But now it's like, oh my gosh, there's so many people there that we have to get down earlier. So early morning for the holidays, mid-afternoon to later in the day.
That's a good way of putting it.
That's the way
like
I
it.
go with it.
I'll tell you,
crazy.
My wife Nugget, she will stay in Brigantine at my sister's house, and when that sun comes up, she goes, let's go for a walk. So 4th of July, we went for a nice walk, and we started walking on the north end.
Sea heat's off.
All right.
And you could see all of it, like Brian was saying, everyone set up their tents. So I set up my tent probably 8:30 in the morning. But that's, I mean, and the guys you're talking about, like Captain Wilkinson, he's a fisherman.
Yeah.
You know, these guys, they want to get out sometimes at the crack of dawn.
Yes, yes. But these are good arguments that we have, you know?
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You got to pass time in the stand somehow.
That's right. That's right.
Up next, we have...
This is going to be interesting. We
Yeah.
have the paddleboard, and this is open. So it's going to be open for, you have a 10-6, which is usually in the surf. Today we had the junior LIT up in Long Beach Island, and they were all using 10-6s. And then here's more of an open format where you can pick from 10-6, 12-foot, and all the way up to 14 feet. So you're going to see some paddlers here basically, you know, deciding what they want to take in the stand-ups. And also the wave ski. We have Chief Emick out there, I think defending champion for the wave ski. Is getting ready to get started.
They're moving already.
They look like they're off. The paddle boarders are off and started. Looks like on our screen here we have Flight A. We can't see by the drone who's in the lead, but I tell you what, we got a good race going there.
And you can see one of the boats actually change course a little bit to get behind someone, get a little bit of a draft.
Got to get the draft. Got to take advantage where you can.
Absolutely.
This is, again, a 6-mile event. They are not going to finish on any bomb waves that's going to propel them the last half mile of the race. Everything is manpower and woman power in these events. Just a great shot. A little windy, so if you hear our mics, we apologize for that. Look at that beautiful drone shot. And I think Colin really started something, because I was watching the Phillies game the other night, and you guys notice they now have a drone on top of Citizens Bank looking in on the games.
I did
not. It's amazing.
Yeah, so I think they've been watching Five Tribe on NBC Sports.
This is Flight B here. Again, one boat took a lead. We can't get confirmation on what boat is actually in the lead right now, but we will as soon as possible.
I don't really know where to go.
It does look like it's a nice race between third, fourth, fifth, and a few boats right behind there.
I did the Around the Island Road twice in my life with my stern man, Billy Baldwin, a retired brigantine firefighter, retired lifeguard, and crew coach, exactly. And he literally said, "Here, tape this to my back." It was the map. It was the map of the North Wildwood Back Bay, because I said, course is very important. I got to be honest. I'll admit it. I was horrible course-wise. The older I got, it was better. I got slower as a rower. But get those back bays in North Wildwood and knowing where to go here, it looks like we have a high tide right now. So I don't think there are going to be any sandbars, but is the channel running? Are you going to try to stay in the middle? You're going to try to maybe get an advantage by cutting some close to the marsh here. We're going to see the different tracks that the boats are taking.
Yeah, nothing's worse if you're making this turn all the way around and you get a little shallow and that keel runs up on you, to a dead stop.
Oh.
That's probably the absolute worst. You think you're making a shortcut.
That's what you say, listen, get out, or did you bring a cooler?
That's it.
Should we wait here until the tide rises a bit?
So looking at these, we have the flight B here, and if we can try to go down some names.
Sure.
And I apologize to some of these last names.
Here we go, first day of class, first day of school.
First day of class, Taggart, Coles, and Nick Avanich from Upper Township Beach Patrol. Kai Lamb and Brad Rhodes from Avalon Beach Patrol. I think that is Bill Lamb's son, Kai, there.
Okay.
All right, Bill, the former St. Joe's Prep outstanding coach. I saw him earlier tonight. We got Pat and Tommy Armstrong from Longport Beach Patrol. Funny thing there is I stand partners with Pat Sr. He's our deputy chief, and now young Pat is our on our ambulance at the fire department.
Oh, good.
Margate, doing a great job.
God bless the first responders.
Again, these guys, the legacy. You got families competing. Years go by, and the new legacy. These guys, they're growing up with lifeguard racing, and now these guys have the opportunity to do it. We have Steve Stocks and Stephen Kitching from Wildwood Beach Patrol, John Steiger and Dan Moore from Wildwood Crest Beach Patrol, Mackay. Did we lose it? You still have us on there? Okay. From Anthony Conway from North Wildwood Beach Patrol, Bill Powell and Carter Dowson from Avalon Beach Patrol, Vincent Fitzpatrick, Mike McCarthy from Wildwood Beach
You better
Patrol.
not mess up those names.
I know, right? I always tell the Italians, I'm going to screw your names up, but the Irish I hope to get. Ed Schneider and Drew Namath from Wildwood Beach Patrol, Charles Kitching and Liam Hayes from Wildwood Beach Patrol, Jack Lavari and Tommy Corcoran from Longport Beach Patrol. A couple fine rowers there. Tommy's in Egg Harbor Township Varsity 8. We competed against them this year. Great team, great program. Those guys are working hard.
Go Eagles.
Yeah. Mark Herzer and Jack Joyce from Avalon Beach Patrol. Dan Corcoran, Dennis Williams from Upper Township Beach Patrol. Nate Morty, Spencer Chidley from Stone Harbor Beach Patrol. And Corson Durst and Hayden Durst from Upper Township Beach Patrol. Sounds like some brothers there. Tate Harobin and Nick Bates from Stone Harbor Beach Patrol. Sean Bakley and Luke Love from Wildwood Crest Beach Patrol, and Nick and Sean from North Wildwood Beach.
And that is the B flight.
B flight. Yes.
We are now going to talk about the sponsors and why we are here, essentially. We couldn't do this without our sponsors. That's Harbor Outfitters, Corson Electric of Seaville, New Jersey, McLaughlin Construction Management, GBA Engineers and Surveyors, Orhouse Products, Capasso & Son Electrical, Greenside, a genuine real estate company. And please donate to the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. Every dollar raised goes towards research to stop this, cure this horrible disease. It really brought a lot of spectators out tonight too. You figure if each crew took one family member, we got a couple thousand people here today.
Absolutely.
Which we do. It's great to see the crowds in South Jersey, especially raising money for such a great cause. Back in the day, we had something called the Ugly Bartender Contest, which raised, I know, sometimes the most unique concepts have the best results. Going back to the days of Rip Reynolds at the Circle Tavern in Brigantine, geez, he won a couple years. And I know Maloney's their bartenders, to throw a name out there from the past. They did well in that. It looks like we do have someone with a starting to cultivate a nice lead right here, and this might be B Flight. We don't know exactly. I'll tell you what, though, it's a beautiful landscape, seascape, bayscape, whatever you would call it back here. When we are, Flight B is almost 60 minutes into its official time. Should we look at, in the A start, let's look at these crews. Upper Township alumni, we have Wayne McMurray and Jim Gibbons, two excellent rowers, guys about my age. God bless you guys, good luck. Upper Township Wildwood Beach Patrol being represented by Jimmy Nielsen and Pat Clemens, Joe Tortella and Andrew Newman from Stone Harbor Beach Patrol, Will Schluchter and Nick Matuch, Upper Township Sea Isle City Beach Patrols, Dave Julian and Carl Julian from Avalon Beach Patrol, Jake Klecko and Pat Bakey, Wildwood Crest and Wildwood Crest alum, Max Satter and Gabe Servin, Cape May Point Beach Patrol, defending champions Sean Duffy and Mike McGrath from Longport Beach Patrol, Hayden Smallwood and Bob Bechtel from Margate City Beach Patrol, Jack Glum and Matt O'Connor from Avalon, Dante DeFrucio and Sean Stam from North Wildwood, Mike Fitzpatrick, Andrew Trefferson, Cape May Beach Patrol, Pat Kennedy and Rob Moran from Cape May Beach Patrol, Ryan Manning and Chase Brown from Upper Township, Ben Swan and Garrison Swan, Cape May Point, Terry McGovern and Trevor Signetti from Wildwood Crest Beach Patrol, and Patrick Capone and Christian Slavin from Wildwood Beach Patrol. And they are the guys with the yellow numbers on their boats from the A flight.
So an update, it looks like Margate is in the lead. We're getting word right now. That is Hayden Smallwood and Bob Bechtel.
Okay.
They won the other night in Atlantic City. You know, I was talking to Bob before the race. When we talk about lifeguarding, you know, not just racing, Bob has set the standard for ocean rescue. Working with wave runners. I don't know if you guys have been involved. He came to, you know, he's a Margate lieutenant, but he helped train the Margate Fire Department, the Longport Beach Patrol, the Longport Fire Department, Ventnor, Atlantic City Fire Department. He started the rescue operations in Rincon in Puerto Rico.
Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing.
This year we've just we bought a new ski, and we have Max Moreno. We call him our jet ski officer because he's always the first one out there, and I can't say enough about that guy. But Bobby Bechtel's really taken him under his wing and showed him the ropes. And a lot of the training that we do with the fire department and the skis all comes from Bobby, the way we're strapping our stuff. I mean, now we can get guys on a ski by just locking legs with them. Yep. I know it sounds crazy, but things we wouldn't even think about what can be done on a ski. It's pretty incredible. Yeah. And why it's so important is because old school guys like us, we were like, no, we don't need that. We got a boat. We're good. It never breaks down. It's never good. But I'll tell you what, the other day we had 3 surfers get sucked into the inlet on an outgoing tide, and we got out there and there was no paddling them in, and when that jet ski came, it just made life a lot easier.
Now there's always there's reason to have every piece of
every piece.
Yes.
Because like, I was talking to the guys in the fire department the other day, and you know, like years ago, I'm talking many years ago, back when Fran was young. Like we had a hurricane surf, and we first got jet skis in Longport Beach Patrol. I was probably second year on the beach. And these guys took the jet ski out, got crushed. And we took the boat out, got crushed. We had to just swim out to the guy. And it was a full-on fins and can swim. And you have to be diverse in every aspect of the job. And that's what this is about. It's a job. It's life safety.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, the other day when we had that heat advisory and it was 100 degrees on the beach, we had 12 calls within 10 minutes. 6 of them were heat exhaustion, and we took 4 off the beach and transferred them to the fire department, and 1 wound up being a cardiac. And so we are busy. Yeah. And people think, oh, what are they doing there? Not 90% of the time, it might look like we're just hanging out, but when that other 10% hits, it's life or death. That's what it comes down to.
Lifeguards are only a second away from chaos, a second away from tragedy if we're not there. That's why it's so important to always swim in front of a lifeguard.
Yes.
And when they leave at 5:30 or 6 o'clock, they will signal that they're leaving. You leave too. You know what? Work on your sandcastle building skills. Do not go back in the water when the lifeguards are gone. And I got to say, I remember when wave runners were coming into the lifeguarding world. I remember when the paddle boards were, and you had guys whose opinions I respect so much were so anti-paddleboard. And then the history started coming out. Well, you know, some of the first lifeguards in the United States, they started with rescue boards. And everyone, once you saw the action, and some of the guys like the Critter Bradleys in the beginning, the Sven Peltonens in the beginning, who really knew what they were doing. And a lot of the rowers, by the way, are excellent on those paddle boards.
Yeah.
I mean, Bob, that you just mentioned, guys like that.
Yeah, Sean started his first race, I think, was in Brigantine doing the paddleboard race.
Yeah.
You know, that was his first race. And yeah, it's true waterman. You have to be a waterman.
I mean, my son's first race today ever as a lifeguard in training, 12 years old, goes up to LIT, paddleboard race. Second place, you know, run, swim, runs, all that stuff, and then it gets into the boat, you know, and it's so. I'll tell you what, I think the best race I watched all year was Longport's paddle. 2 paddlers in each heat. It was so exciting. We had about 4 changes, and Max, oh my God.
Oh, it was great
that
to
was
watch.
absolutely.
Yeah.
He put on a clinic, and I haven't seen somebody put on a clinic like that in a long time.
It's a very, you know, controversial topic.
Yeah.
Do we put the paddleboard in the South Jerseys?
Yes.
If you
I'm going to
ask-
say
if
now,
you ask
yes.
me- if you asked me 20 years ago, I'd say no. Absolutely, it should be. Because what do we
Yes.
do? We're lifeguards. We're rescue. Years ago, they didn't have a swim in the South Jerseys. Years ago, they didn't have a singles in the South Jerseys. They added it because it evolves. They should have a paddleboard in the South Jerseys. Not because I want Max to win, and I do.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that it's part of the job.
It's part of the job.
But I'll tell you what.
It's something that is utilized.
Sean O'Neill got off the beach that day, and I am telling you, the Wildwoods are on Friday. You got to come out because there's going to be a lot of great paddlers, but Sean O'Neill versus Max Middleman in a
Oh, it's
rematch,
on.
I
Yeah.
mean, I don't think it gets better than that.
It's going to be
You
great.
know, and you're going to throw in the Wildwood paddlers and the Cape May County
Right.
paddlers and Ocean City. Oh, my God, do they have paddlers.
Yeah.
And
I'm going
it
to
is-
a fundraiser that night, but I'll be watching on my phone like I did last year.
And they put on a great race. I mean, talk about action every single second with the run and everything they have going on. It's the big 3. It's the
Hey,
start.
look at some of these paddlers, how fast they are. They are catching up to the sea flight there. And, you know, sea flight, a lot of times, these are the older guys. These guys like Fran and myself, you know, we're just out
trying
here
to stay
having a good time.
active.
And you have some rookies, some new faces, you know. So it's awesome, but you see the effectiveness of high-quality paddlers.
Yeah.
And the difference between, okay, a wave runner, probably if you're going for maybe 3 or 4 victims, paddler, you could keep them on the surface. These boats, especially the beach boats, you could put sometimes, I say every year, my rookie year, we had Mark Spencer, who was at that time defending singles South Jersey champ. He was rowing, and we had a class of about 15. All 15 of us were in the Van Dyne.
Wow. And I'm going to cut you off real quick,
Sure.
Fran. We have an update. We have Margate in first place. Second place, we have Upper Township. And in third place, we have Lane 8. We don't know who Lane 8 is.
It's Longport.
It's Longport in Lane 8. Just got that update.
It's a black boat with the red inside.
Well, I just got Lane 8 is what
See
I
that
got,
from the
Coach.
moon,
That's
man.
what I
Come
got, you
That
know.
would be McGrath and Duffy.
That's how you know it's his brother, too. You know, he knows his number. I don't. But
And you can see those boats are taking a track right next to the marsh right there. It looks like it's, I mean, from the drone footage, it looks like it is running a little more quickly right there.
But the exciting part is not going to hit until they go through that bridge. And
Oh.
that's where I have gotten caught. Good race, bad race. You get caught in that channel and you're rowing against it, and people aren't in it, and they're just rowing past you. And the only way to do it is row over.
I was winning the B flight, I don't know, this must have been 15 years ago. It was me and Smitty, and we're rowing and having a great race. We're winning the thing. And here comes 2 guys from Ocean City. I forget who it was. And they just had better water, and it walked right through us with literally a minute to go. And, you know,
It's
but
devastating.
that's ocean racing, man. That's bay racing.
Bay racing.
Bay
It
racing.
is what it
Bay
is.
racing.
Yeah. Fun stuff, though.
But it's one of the great things about being a lifeguard. You could have a conversation in February about what happened in the races last summer or 10 summers ago, and it gets your blood pumping. I'm very proud to say that my sons actually did their first ever junior lifeguard camp this year. And since they're so young, they did it in Ventnor. As soon as they're old enough, they'll do Brigantine. But Ventnor runs such a great
Excellent.
They do.
junior lifeguard program for the really young guys and girls. It was great being over there. And I saw so many people from Longport, Ventnor, Margate, Brigantine, Absecon, where we now live, a bunch of the youngsters just competing and getting getting that background, getting to know some of the guards, and the instruction was incredible. Run by one of our announcing partners, Captain Megan Holland, just doing a great job, her and her team.
The same thing in Upper. Little Amelia, 5 years old. They call them mascots, which I was a mascot. I know you were a mascot.
I know you were we're going to start telling some Grossi mascot stories.
Well,
no,
better
we're not.
But no, it's important to get those young little 5-year-olds, in there just so they feel comfortable with the lifeguard. You get lost on the beach, go right to the lifeguard stand.
It looks like we have an update. First place, Wildwood. Second place, Stone Harbor. And third place, Longport.
All right.
I wonder if that's a different flight.
That's the B flight.
That's the B flight.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's exciting. Yeah, we got some good racing tonight. It's awesome. Yeah, that Ventnor junior lifeguard program is outstanding. Sean's two boys, Brody and John, do that as well.
Yes,
they're
I saw them over
involved with that. It's great.
Yeah.
Again, it's a culture. It's growing up. Like, do you want your kids sitting inside playing video games all day, or do you want them being out on the beach, learning about the ocean, learning about the waves, understanding the tides,
And community involvement, just the ability that a 5-year-old feels comfortable enough to walk up to a lifeguard stand. If they lose their bearings on the beach, that's a huge advantage. So mom and dad go, oh, hold on, we'll get them, and you just hang on to them there. I mean, how many the lost children we have is just, whew.
You asked earlier about morning or evening, going to the beach.
Yeah.
When we're there at the end of the day, in Margate, we sit on Margate because it's right down our street, and the boys they'll run up and help pull the boat up at the end of the day. It's just part of it. It's part of growing up at the Jersey Shore. It's a beautiful thing. It really is.
I was a mascot, I think, in 1975 for a guy who was still working in Brigantine, Assistant Chief Morrell.
He's still there.
He's still there.
We love him.
The one Coach, thing, that was a year before I was born. I'm turning 50 in a couple weeks. Just saying.
The one thing about the junior lifeguard programs and the boys and girls getting a little more comfortable in the water is once they're comfortable, they're there.
Oh, yeah.
They want to go in that ocean, and explaining to them the other day, it was churning up a little bit. But I was proud of my boys and the guys that they were with. They would get taken down beach by the current. They would get out, and they would walk back on the sand because it's easier to move against the current on the sand.
So I just got a text. I was just looking. We had our weekly breakdown this week for incident reports. 8 major medicals, 50 minor medical aids, 24 missing people, 113 rescues, 200 total calls from the 19th to the 26th. That's 1 week of work. That's 1 week of work just in Brigantine, and you figure we go from Brigantine all the way to Cape May, the whole New Jersey coast. Yeah. The whole East Coast has lifeguards, but that's just one snapshot of the work that we're doing every day.
I'm going to ask you guys a question because I do it every time. You go away on vacation, you go to a beach somewhere. What's the first thing you do?
Watch the water.
No, you're checking out the lifeguards.
Yeah.
What is their operation like?
Yeah, that is true.
My sister lives in Hilton Head, beautiful area. We go to the beach. There's one lifeguard stand per half a mile, and it's one guy sitting in the stand. And they're watching the water. They're doing their job, but it's like, I can't believe it.
8 hours. Watch by yourself.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. We went on vacation, my wife's birthday in mid-January last year, and we were down in Fort Lauderdale, and the first thing when we got to the beach, my son, my 4-year-old at the time, Stellan, walks right up the tower steps, and I said to the lifeguard, I said, I'm so sorry. I said, I just retired. I said, I was a lifeguard Atlantic City area for 46 years, and the guy started asking me if I knew guys who moved down to Florida, and actually one of our girls, one of our female lifeguards, Megan, she works there during the winter. But it's like you said, Brian, it's great that they're comfortable around the lifeguards. If any little guys or girls are watching, you get lost, lifeguards are first responders, officially recognized as first responders. A little too late, in my opinion, but it's nice to be recognized as a first responder. And when in doubt, go to the lifeguard stand.
All right, we have an update. We have John Preston and Kanan Noon first in the C flight. In the second flight, we have Laura Connolly and Kaylee Grimley. And the third place, we have Jim Swift and Jim Swift.
Oh, the Swift.
Yep.
I did not know that that senior and
junior. Yeah.
Talk about a great lifeguard. Jim Swift Jr. is my lifeguard at Claremont Avenue.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah. I have no worries whatsoever with my kids in the water.
Should we announce the?
And I'll tell you what.
Let's do
C flight.
The C flight. Yes, we have lane 1. John McCann and Carla Lasco Lane 2, we have Greg Van Gilder and Pat Mahone. Boat 3, we have Jenny Rafter and AP Gray. 4, Lauren Teresta and Lindsay Payne. 5, Bill Hanley and Reagan Hanley. 6, John Preston and Kanan Noon. 7, Madeline Fox and BJ Fox. 8, Mike Manning and Nicole Manning. 9, Piper McGinley and Edward McGinley. 10, Tim McCary and Grace McCarney. 11, Sam Heppel and Aaron Smith. 12, Lorena Connell and Kaylee Grimley. 13, Asher Conray and McKenna Finnegan. 14, Jim and Jim Swift Jr. 16, Cheryl Connell and Lauren Montgomery. 16,
Kowalik Palankis from
and
Wildwood.
From Wildwood. And we have 17, Greg Smith and Lily Corcoran.
Looks like we're going to an interview shortly here. All right.
Well, we're here right by the action here at the MS Bay Race in Strathmere, and we're here with one of the volunteers for one of the MS Foundations that is here, Diane DeFolvio. Diane, thank you so much for joining us. What are your impressions so far of this event? I know it's been going on for 34 years, but how special is it for this one?
I've been coming to this event for 33 years. I missed 1 year. And it started with Bill Henley's father. And it's just a great event. Just seems like as I'm getting older, everyone's getting younger, but it's a great cause.
One of the announcers that was here talked about how when this event first started 34 years ago, there were only 17 boats that were competing, and now there's multiple 3 heats, I think, for the rowers. There's paddle races as well. What does it mean to you to see the evolution and the growth of an event like this?
With even all the other events, MS events, every year it grows in number. When we had COVID, we lost a lot. A lot of the events had to go virtual, but year by year, the money is coming in. So we may have fewer people, but the donation monies that are greatly appreciated keep coming in, because every dollar makes a difference.
And how important is it for you to support a cause like multiple sclerosis?
Well, I was diagnosed over 42 years ago. When I was diagnosed, I didn't even know what it was, nor did I know how to spell it. But now I'm an advocate for the MS Society, and just seeing everyone going out for my cause, it just means the world to me.
Well, it's great to see so many people out here supporting awareness for a great cause, and it was great to talk to you, Diane. Thanks for joining us.
I also have a group of volunteers.
That's right, we do. What can you say about Diane and her dedication to this great cause?
She never stops. I'm always surprised how she just keeps going at it, and one event finishes, she's on to the next one.
She has the most positive attitude given her situation. It's great, and she cares so much for other people.
Here, we'll get you down here.
Again, very positive outlook. She just always a go-getter. Even when she was down and out, she just gets right back up.
Certainly great to keep. Oh, we have Tom as well here in the orange shirt. What does it mean to be here at an event like this and to have someone like Diane helping to support MS awareness?
Diane and I have volunteered for over 34 years at Bike Tour, MS Walk, Lifeguard Row, and it's a very good cause. They have brought drugs to market and therapies to market and done a lot of research. The society, founded in 1946, has done much for the 1 million or so people that are living with multiple sclerosis, so they really are a good organization. Nobody in my family has the disease, but I'm here to help people like Diane raise the funds, get the research done, hopefully end MS is our motto these days. End MS, it's a little swoosh stripe on it. Thank you, sir.
Of course, and it's great to see that we have so many volunteers at this race today supporting such a great cause. There's links that should be coming up for you to donate if you are able to. And we thank Diane and the rest of these amazing volunteers for joining us. We'll send it back to you guys at the booth.
All right, guys, and as you can see, please donate. Donate to the fight against MS. You can go to the website for the event tonight. That's the Strathmere Upper Township Beach Patrol 6-mile bay race right here at the Deauville in Strathmere, New Jersey.
Looks like Flight A is pretty tight right here.
It really does.
Yeah, it does.
So that would be Margate's boat. Is that Margate green and white, or is
We've got Margate on the inside there. That looks like they have the white stripe on the top. They look like they're second to, I can't see what boat that is right now by the angle. But
and again, we have boats on the inside, so again, taking the different current. And you guys know, you guys have rode in rivers. You know, sometimes there is a lane that's more advantageous. But with boats like these, again, we're not going to have any waves. The biggest push you can get is, am I in that spot where the current's running a little more quickly than the other lanes? And again, there are no ropes differentiating the lanes here. They're almost wood on wood here with their with their oars.
I want to say that's Upper Township. I think that is, but I can't tell. Along the lines of the donations for MS tonight, with the Margate Fire Department, Local 41, I'm the union president. We talked about it. We wanted to make a donation of $250 to the organization tonight. It's a small amount, but every amount helps.
Yep, right.
We try as a union to spread that wealth to so many different groups throughout the year that we're happy to be able to help out and assist tonight with that donation as well. It looks like, I'm going to say right now Margate has the lead, closely followed by Upper Township, and then about a boat and a half, maybe 2 boats behind is Longport.
I want to give a shout out to my son Remy at home, who is drawing the lifeboats that we see rowing against one another, doing a pretty accurate job. And
he's like a young Da Vinci. I mean, I just saw that picture.
Oh, he's an
I
artist.
can't believe it. I mean, how old is he now, Fred?
He just turned 8, July 15th.
Margate just took a nice power move there.
Yes.
Let's get some stroke ratings for these guys. They're into it about 37 minutes. They got about another 20 to 30 minutes worth of racing here.
Now is that's the green? That's long Margate right there in front of
Margate's
Upper Township.
Up in front of Upper Township. Now right now, Upper Township is rowing in their wake, which is not easy to do. And the strategy behind it is going to be trying to push their wake so there's a little bit of wave you got to get through. And the only way to get around them is you got to take a big turn and you got to row through them. And being in the front is a huge lead in this race, a huge advantage. Excuse me. As we come into this turn. Oh, we got a little move here. Boat number 2.
Number 2.
Who do we have as number 2 in the first? Is Nielsen and Pat Clemens, Upper Township, Beach Patrol in Wildwood. A little move here. You can even see him pick up around the island. The water is actually flowing pretty fast right now.
So right now we have Margate in first place, followed closely by
Cape
Upper
May's
Township.
coming up the back too.
And then Longport and Upper Township Wildwood Beach Patrol mixed crew, followed by Cape May. So we have the 5 lead boats right there, and this water is starting to flatten out a little bit. So I think they know exactly. I think they're exactly where they want to be.
Now, if you look at the races here, and I'll have to, talk to my old coach Brian Duffy here. Look at the difference in some people don't use their legs a lot. If you look at Longport, they got almost just a more back. But if we look over at the green boat and you really look in, they have almost a full slide there. I mean, they are really sliding.
They're hitting heavy on the legs. I got them at 30 strokes a minute right now. At the beginning of the race, they were picking it along at a 36 to 37 strokes a minute. So, when it looks like Margate just hit the boat wake, you can see that disruption right there. There's a boat in front of them, and they hit the boat wake, and that caused them to lose their stride. And now Upper Township's now hitting that wake. The 3 boats behind are starting to hit that wake as well. When you're doing these long races, my feeling was you have to mix it up, because if you're doing this race, they say it's 6 miles. I think it's a lot longer. It feels like it's a lot longer. And then you have the around the island row. When you're doing these races, you can't just strain one muscle part. So throughout the race, my partner and I, we would go from a heavy back. In these lifeguard boats, you want to put your body weight in the bow of the boat to cut through the water. That's why they're made this way. They're made to cut through the surf. And you watch Sean and Mike lay back, This guy's got some strong backs for old men.
Yeah, they don't have
And-
much of
and
a catch. It's
but
really
they
it's really
don't
compact.
overreach. They don't go much
No.
past perpendicular with their oars to the boat. And you can see they just took a little power move there. And now they walked away from these guys. So, but throughout the race, what we would do is we would switch it up and say, all right, we're going to take the next 5 minutes and really hit the legs hard, just to give your backs a little bit, and then straighten out, sit up a little bit, and just to stretch out. Might sacrifice a little speed, but you're maintaining your
That's right.
your composure
and that
throughout
is
the
Margate
the
out in
race.
front, upper.
Margate
and then,
just made a nice. Margate just made a turn here, and now they're coming in. You know,
It looks like they're trying to maybe get away from that boat wake.
they could be.
Or reading the article from last year, your brother actually said that they got close to the marsh, and that was beneficial. But I think that might have been a little later in the race.
Well, that also depends on the tide.
Yes.
You know, it depends on where they're at in the race. It is a little tough to tell exactly by this footage. This footage is amazing, but we can't see exactly where in the course. You have to read the tides here. When you're flowing with the tide, you want to stay in the channel. You want to stay with the movement of the water. When you're against the tide, you want to go with where the water is the most calmest and not moving against you. So there is a huge strategy. These guys are literally studying this race course for weeks. They want to know where it is. I back in the day, I hear guys, you know, like they'd go out and plot their course in their fishing boats. They'd go days in advance and find out where the secret spots are, and they'd get their points. Not that you can have that technology in the boat with you. You're not allowed to, but you're allowed to plan ahead, and these guys would study this.
Yeah, and we can see right now, Upper Township, which is a local crew, they're taking a drastic turn around this buoy. So they must know something that, you know, I can't really see the angle that Margate doesn't know, but they're almost, it looks like that little move they just took.
Mike, he needs to turn around and make sure he doesn't hit that channel.
Yeah, that would not be
Come
good.
on, Mike, look behind you.
Oh, boy.
Look behind you.
I think they'll be good.
They're
I
gonna
think
hit
they're
that
going to get
oar.
through it.
Yep. I said to Sean, I said, don't hit a channel marker with that boat.
And don't worry, they're not yelling at one another right now.
No, about 10 years ago, the old boat, they were racing in the Hammer Row, and they hit the channel marker in the long port at Risley's Channel square on, and it cracked the bow sheet of the boat.
So
That's
we
how hard.
definitely have a little change here. It looks like Upper Township took the lead.
Township took the
And
lead
now
there.
it's Margate, and then it's followed by
Cape May.
Cape May.
Yeah.
So that channel marker played a big part in this. And that's the thing, when I talk to these young guys on the beach patrol as a lieutenant, and I try to, you know, give them some guidance. And I go, guys, there's a reason 40 and 50-year-olds are out there still winning. And it's not because they're bigger, faster, stronger. It's because they're smarter. And they're you know, there's the old saying, you know, work smart and not hard,
Work
and it's
smarter, not
definitely paying off right now for Upper Township. They just overtook Margate.
This is their home bay. They should know this course
Yes.
pretty well.
And you know what? I was actually doing some spot work over the winter. I came down to Deauville a couple times just to see where a table was. Enjoyed the food. Actually, it's incredible here. Great atmosphere.
But even if you say in the winter, I mean, we have that pilgrim paddle that we do, right? Every single winter in Upper Township, they do it. You know, and it's just, this is a year-round, this is a lifestyle for all of us here.
Mike Manning, Chase Brown, Upper Township in the lead right now. I was telling you guys at the break there that Mike's mom and dad are rowing in the sea flight tonight.
That's awesome.
This is
That
a
is
family
incredible.
event. You know, or I'm sorry, Ryan's mom and dad are rowing.
Okay.
Mike, his dad, and I rowed together at Holy Spirit.
That's
We were
awesome.
in the same boat, lightweight 8, long time ago.
And there goes Margate
Great family, great rowing family.
they're close to a channel marker
Yeah,
too.
you got to keep your eyes open for it.
So if you've never rowed, if you have never rowed in a lifeguard boat, the one thing you realize the first time you do row is they are not built for speed. They are not cruise shells, but still technique moves the boat. Technique, guts, energy, stroke rate, everything. A lot goes into rowing and winning these races. And now these guys are about 4 miles, maybe a little more than that, into the row. And look how close they are to one another.
I tell you what,
It's
Cape
not even
May,
a 2-boat lead,
Cape
right?
May's making a push right now, and you can see that sternman. He is hanging on it right now, trying to walk back up, and they are succeeding. They are moving up on the field. Sean and Mike look like they're falling off pace a little bit here. You know, again, they could get right back into it with the right line. But Cape May has made a big push. Here's Margate. Looks like they got into some shallow water and did a hard turn there to get away. Same thing with Upper. And it looks like all three of those crews are running behind the boat.
All right, Brian, we are going to go to commercial right now.
Yeah, there you go. Let's do it.
All right, so we are back, and looks like it hasn't changed much here.
Cape May, like Brian was saying.
Ooh.
Coach, that's a big jump for Cape May there.
That is a big jump.
They are right now, if I'm calling a dark horse in this race, they are really charging strong for the lead here.
And that's Mike Fitzpatrick and Andrew Trefison from Cape May Beach Patrol. And I wonder how many of these guys actually, outside of rowing these lifeboats, row in the cruise shells or have rowed in the cruise shells in high school and college. And I know we have two coaches right here. We have Coach Duffy, the head coach from St. Augustine Prep, one of my favorite schools. I've been to a lot of fundraisers, actually worked at some fundraisers, know a lot of the coaches over there. And remember when my former neighbor, Alex, was rowing there. So what are we thinking, Coach?
Well, you know, it's funny. Before the race tonight, I'm walking down, checking out the boats, and I see Joe Tortella, who was the strokeman of our Varsity 8 3 years ago at St. Augustine. And Joe rows for San Diego, University of San Diego, California. And last summer, he had an experience of a lifetime. He went to Henley and rowed in the Ford Henley. They raced Oxford Brooks and beat them. Oxford Brooks was the defending champions, and this little boat from San Diego wins that race, and it was an amazing race. It's on YouTube. I highly recommend. If you're a fan of rowing, you should watch that race. It was amazing. There are a number of rowers out here tonight, that not just lifeguard boat rowers, but crew rowers. And you know, I say these two sports, rowing a shell and rowing a lifeguard boat, it's like playing football and rugby. They both have balls. They're both on a field, but they're totally different sports. You know, we both have boats. We both have oars, but they're totally different types of technique. But what are we trying to do? We're trying to make a boat go fast. That's the thing with this. And you know, we have some outstanding rowers. It's funny, Mike McGrath, one of the best rowers in South Jersey right now, never got in a crew boat. He's a hockey player. He still plays hockey.
My 1 year at Mainland High School, I was Mike's English teacher. And he would be so tired. You know, I'm a retired English teacher. I can say this now. English at times is not the most exciting subject. We tried to make it exciting. But Michael fell asleep one day. He's going to kill me for this. He fell asleep one day in class, and I said, young man, I'm not going to call your parents. I'm going to stop by the house and have dinner and talk about it. He goes, oh, Mr. Massino, I'm so sorry. I've been practicing so hard. I said, it's okay to get the homework assignment, which, of course, he did.
So just going down the list here, I mean, Andrew Newman, who's rowing with Joe right now, he actually did not row. He's a St. Augustine alumni. He was a swimmer.
Okay.
And came out, and I think he rowed for like one season. This is before I got there, but then he was primarily a swimmer. You have Bob Bechtel, Atlantic City lifeguard. Yeah, Upper Township's taking the lead again.
They are really cutting this
Atlantic
close.
City, he was a rower, national champ with.
Bob Bechtel was in Atlantic City.
Yeah,
high
Atlantic City
school
rode for
rower.
Joe
Yep.
Brennan his freshman year.
That's right. That's right. You know, you got Terry McGovern. Terry, one of the best rowers in South Jersey history. He's won this boat race a bunch of times. He's
Ooh, all right.
won the around the island a bunch of times.
Looks like we have the prone paddle here. Big lead. That looks. I mean, I can't tell, but is that Ocean City's?
Okay, I'm going to take a guess, and it's a straight up guess. I'm going to say it's Brian Pasternak.
That's what I was going with too.
You know
I mean,
why
there's
I
not
can
many
tell?
people that big.
The guy's he's almost 10.5 foot tall.
He's almost
Yes.
as
He's
big as the board.
big as that board.
Yes.
Mr. P, as my kids call him, because he is the teacher at Margate High School.
And his wife is my kid's teacher in Upper Township.
Small world,
Matt
man.
Smallwood,
And
great teaching family.
He's the cross country coach for High School, where my son Matt is one of the runners on that team, and Andrew will be on that team this year as a 5th grader.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mr. P.
Great
they
family.
love Mr. P.
Great
He's the man.
family.
And he's been paddling for decades
I think
now,
he's
right?
winning this, guys.
Yeah,
Looks like he's winning.
yeah. I mean, that's a huge lead.
It really is.
I'm curious to see in the back where our favorite Grace Emick is. I mean, she's going to Greece, I think, next week to paddle with the Bark team, and they're going to paddle from island to island to island.
No way.
Yeah, to I think break some record or something like that. But sounds fun to me.
She's now a Ventnor girl too. She's out
Well,
Viking rowing club
well,
every morning.
I gotta say,
She lives in Ventnor with Dan.
Yes.
The
her
last
husband.
time, I think Alex, you and I and Grace were down here.
Yes.
Was the Emmig Shaw wedding, which
Excellent wedding.
was
Oh,
incredible.
thank you,
bet.
Kip.
Congratulations
And-
to those guys. Yeah, thanks, Kip. And I DJ, so I got paid.
Yes.
There you
And
go.
Julie. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yes, thank you to the Emmigs and
But
and it was great to
such
see
nice
some
people.
yes.
Awesome.
And
people.
Kip's racing tonight in
had a lot
the wave ski. I think which he won last year. I mean, happy birthday, belated to
Yep,
him.
just turned 60.
Just turned the big 6-0, and his wife Julie and Grace threw an excellent party in Margate.
That was fun.
That was a nice night. But it's great to see your chief in there. Absolutely killing it.
Leading by example.
Yes. I mean, so much we've all learned from him and you and Coach Duffy. Throughout the years.
You think about the lifeguards who have done so many different disciplines. I mean, Kip swam in the South Jerseys. He rode in the South Jerseys. We have our big races coming up the next 3 weeks with the Dutch Hoffman's and Margate Memorials in South Jerseys, which will be in Avalon. And they will just be the 15 beach patrols from South Jersey Chiefs Association. You're going to see a lot of the rowers from tonight in those races. And you'll see some of the competitors swimming in that event also. But that is a nice lead right there.
Yes, it is. What a great view.
How's that feel for him right now? What do you think? He's just enjoying life.
Well, you know what I was saying to somebody?
And trying to swat greenheads.
I was telling Lieutenant McCormick from Seattle City, who he's in my carpool for soccer. I said, this is such a great opportunity. My son Jake's a soccer player, not a water guy, but he gets his praise during the school year. But this is a chance for the swimmers, the rowers, the kids who don't get recognized as much that are club sport people, that participate in club sports. This is their season right here. Mm-hmm. This is the season for the swimmers and the rowers to really come out and show everybody what they got. And you see leads like this, and I think your old swimmer Tepper has unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, they're talking. Is he making the next Olympics? It's close, right?
I have not talked to the Tepper family in a while, but every time he comes into town, I'm like, come on, man. You got to come back to the beach one more year.
Yeah.
Let's go. What can we do to get you back here?
We love the
Such
beach,
a
but
good
the
guy.
Olympics are the next level. I think he might be top 10
do
in
you
the
want to win a
world.
gold medal or South Jersey?
Yeah.
Which one do you want? Right?
I mean, some people, your brother might say the South Jersey Championship, depending on who it is. I mean, because, you're enshrined forever once you do that.
He's a great lifeguard, an amazing swimmer, an awesome young man.
Yeah, and I just they were the leads that he would have when he swam.
Yeah.
It was,
Yes.
Yeah. It really, Joey Tepper and his brother John, people forget, our first South Jersey Championship, it was John Tepper who swam for us.
Oh, wow.
And John was the one that year who got us in the hunt, and then that was 10 years ago this year, and John Tepper put us in the position. Mike and Sean were in the top 3, and then Mikey came in, and I remember it was Mikey, and if Chuck Gowdy had beaten Mike, we lose it. But I think Mikey had to beat Chuck by more than one position, and Chuck came in 4th, if I remember. Sean will know for sure.
Yeah.
Chuck came in 4th. Mikey won. We win the South Jersey for the first time in Longport's history, right? So when I was on the beach patrol, and Franny will tell you, if we scored a point, Longport scored a point in a race, we would have a party that night, okay? That's how we would celebrate.
You would have a party if you didn't score a point.
Yes, that's true, but top 5, that was huge. If we got a top 5 point, we got 1 point, we'd have a party. And come full circle all these years later, you know, and a lot of that, you have to give credit to the officers of the Beach Patrol and the training and how hard they worked. Dan Adams, the former chief of the Beach Patrol in Longport, he instilled the training. Pat Armstrong, Matt Kelm, like all these guys. We trained. We focused on the lifeguarding, and then the racing came with that.
Absolutely.
And then they started winning some fun races.
Yes.
So I think we have the paddle order, which is unofficial, but you were right with that number. U2 is Brian Pasternak from Ocean City Beach Patrol is leading, and in 2nd place we have Cooper Alderson from Brigantine, and 3rd place Anthony Mahalik from the Ocean City Beach Patrol. So they'll be the 3 paddlers who are out in front right now. Some of them in different divisions, but there is an open where everyone competes. So they were your first 3 in the paddle open.
We should be coming up on the first heat, getting close here.
Yes.
Soon. And when you come through that bridge, you still have a long ways to go. But it is that's when you're going to see these boats. The stroke rating is going to pick up, the intensity is going to pick up, and they're going to be going for it. A little bit of weather to the north of us here.
Well, that wind is picking up.
Yeah, wind's picking up, and they'll be rowing into that wind, right?
It looks like it. It looks like it. That last mile in the inlet is brutal.
Yeah, it is absolutely brutal.
It is a bear. You gotta every ounce of energy. Sean and I disagree. He says, and I'm not going to compare myself to my brother when it comes to lifeguard boat racing. There's no comparison at all. But the races that I've done for we talked about, I was the BC guy in our, the 2nd, 3rd place cup guy at Longport back in the day. I would go to these races and get my race in. I would go
Me
to,
too.
I would race in the around the island. I would do the Gowdy's races because they were my favorite races.
Yeah.
The Gowdy's.
Yeah.
But I always said that this race was harder than the around the island because around the island is a cardio aerobic exercise. This is a sprint.
Yeah,
you have to push yourself for an hour hard. It is such a different level.
I can't agree with you more. I remember getting done this race, and my sternman, Joe Mazzara, I go, Joe, we should do the Watlets.
Joe Mazzara?
And he goes,
fine rower at Holy Spirit.
Absolutely. And he goes, no, I'm good. 6 is enough for me. And I said, come on, Joe, come on. And he goes, no, 6 is enough for me. And
well, I was only 22.
yeah. The 22, no interest in.
If you ask Joe who Coach Duffy's favorite coach or favorite rower ever was, Joe Mazzara.
And Joe was a great partner
favorite.
Because every morning we'd go row out of Brad Kress's boathouse. And I think we did some pieces in the wintertime, February, March that year, probably about 10 years ago. And he always had a story.
Oh, yeah.
I
you guys
had
get him on here.
I had 2 kids, and I love them all to death. But I never looked forward to 5 a.m. to hear what young single Joe Mazzara did last night because it was just like it was better than television.
And always made practice, right?
Yes, he was always at practice, and it was great. Those years were a lot of fun, and that's a special bond you share. Like if you look at Mikey and Sean, people say, "Oh my God, you don't want to grab somebody else. You want to try something different." When you have double screws like this, they're best friends. The stuff they share in the boat, the things that go through for the years, it's incredible. And I think that bond, you see it all the time. I mean, we even had it with the Savell boys, the brothers, and it's a shame Brendan's injured this year because you just see him and it's killing him not to row with his brother. But there is something special when you put the time in with somebody for a long time. The dividends always pay.
How many rowing partners has Mike McGrath Jr. had?
His dad.
And Sean. Yeah. That's over 25 years now. Over 20.
Close, yeah. He's been on. Sean and Mike started. I asked them today. I said, "When was your first year?" 2005.
Wow.
Was the first year that they rowed together. Mike was battling cancer at the time, and 2004, Mike was going through chemo and rowing for the Beach Patrol with young Mike.
He rowed in the Dutch Hoppers.
And I'm not 100% sure. I know he rowed with Dennis for a little while. Mikey's older brother, who was also on the beach, but they rowed together. And then when Mike got a little sicker, and then Sean came on with Mike, and they started feeling it, started getting better and better.
And they weren't great at first.
No.
It took them years.
You have to find it.
You got to find it.
You got to put the work in.
And that's what people.
I think Sean just graduated from college when they started rowing. Mikey was still in high school or college. Mikey's a few years younger than Sean. The 1 year, Mikey was in the fire school, so he was he was only working 2 days a week. So I jumped in with Sean and rowed with him during the season, and then Sean and Mike rowed this race and the Wildwood around the island. So I rowed with Sean 1 year in 2011. We were not as fast as Sean, not even close. But you talk about the bond you have. It's like a crew program. When you have that group that you connect with, that 8 that you're rowing with.
Perfect example. I sent Ray D'Amico, the Catholic City champion in the Lake Lenape, because we had it this year, and we were looking at times, and the guys were texting on the board, and you've done such a good job with the alumni, and those guys I rode with my senior year in the varsity, I still talk to.
Yeah.
We still talk about rowing. We have and it's a bond when you do something that is so demanding of rowing. There's no timeouts. There's no, it's win or lose. People say, "Oh, I got second." I promise you go up to the second place crew, and they're going to go.
They don't want to hear it.
They don't want to hear it.
No.
We are trying to get some updates on the individual classes of the paddle. We'll get to those results or those standings as soon as we get some information. But right now, this does look like Brian Pasternak.
Commanding lead. And he's up on his knees now, which is the two positions. You can prone, you're on your stomach, and you can pop up with your knees. And if we don't have a view enough, but the trick to that is bringing your knees to your chest. He's actually bringing the board, using his core to pull his knees and his arms together to generate that speed, which takes years and years because those boards are very tippy.
Yeah.
And I think he's coming. I think he's just going past the twisties right there I can see in the background. So this will be close.
I don't know about close, but it's going to be coming in soon here.
Yeah, he's close to us. Is what I'm saying. No, I don't think anybody's close to him, but he's going to be coming close to us. We'll get a good view.
And if you want to see how narrow a strip of land Strathmere is, that is the Atlantic Ocean at the top of our screen.
This is like the secret. This is the secret spot
in
South Jersey.
Yeah.
We came here a few years ago to go to the beach with my extended family. They come down here, and I saw the Mannings, and I was like, "You guys got an application? Because this is the place to go. It's beautiful."
My wife made me move down here.
Yeah.
I'm Brigantine born. I'm still trying to get back to Brigantine. Anybody want to sell me their house in Brigantine? Let me know. It's 4-2 we're looking for.
That ship has sailed, my man.
But But no, Cape May County is beautiful. From being an Atlantic County guy to living down here now, it's definitely got a different vibe, a different feel. The islands are a lot smaller. But, same general idea.
Sure.
No matter what island you go to.
If I am correct here, that looks like Corson's Inlet there and the state park right there. So that means they are just on the other side of this bridge, which means that this race is getting close.
And that fisherman will not be interrupted. He's dug in right there. right where that little current's going.
Upper Township.
So it looks
Upper
like
Township?
Margate and Upper Township look like they are, what is the expression that the crew people use? Wood on wood?
Bow ball to bow ball, usually.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we got Cape May over there. I can't tell who's up and who's behind. It looks like, to me, it looks like Cape May upper and then Margate. But I mean, from this angle, it could be upper Cape May Margate. But it looks.
We're limited in our view here.
But if you look at the water right here, you can see the ripples, and you can see where the oceans meet in the bay. And this is where the decision time comes. You know, where are you going to put your boat to try to generate as much speed as possible from the ocean? And that's and you know, you're going to live and die by your decision right here, because this is where the race is going to be won and lost.
Oh, there goes.
There he is.
There you go. We got our winner right there, Brian Pasternak, I believe. I mean, we are guessing, but hopefully we're right.
I mean, he looks like he's 7 foot tall, so that's probably Brian.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Yes.
I'm thinking he did that under an hour, right? Because the A flight was 65 minutes.
Yes, and we have an official. That is Brian Pasternak.
There he is.
There he is.
Good man. Great math teacher. My kids, they love him. He's an awesome teacher, a great role model for students. So.
All right, here we go. We're coming into the final stretch.
Someone has made a move.
That looks like
the
Upper
eighth
Township.
light. Yep.
Looks like Upper. Looks like Margate and
Cape May.
And we can tell how close they are because there goes that guy still fishing.
Yep, it's official. Upper Margate and Cape May. We have from our producer, Colin Stewart. What a great job he's doing.
He's amazing.
I mean, it really is incredible. I mean,
He's an Ironman, too. He did the Ben Franklin to the shore bike yesterday, didn't he?
Wow. Yeah, you know what's funny? I was calling him. He's like, I'm on the train. I'm like, what? And another excellent row, rode for Ocean City, Drexel University rower. And now, you know, he's taken his passion and he's created this amazing, you know, Five Tribes Productions.
He's also the head coach of Ocean City.
And I forgot
women's crew, which my daughter is going into her sophomore year rowing for Ocean City.
That's great.
And great coach. Their program's outstanding.
If you can just see this current right here,
Yeah.
it is absolutely flowing.
There we go. Looks like Upper Township and maybe 4 boats back. Here we have Margate. That's what it looks like where we are right now.
Yeah, we're looking at Margate, Cape May. I'm not sure who the that's that combo boat there, and then Longport's on your far right of the screen there.
And there aren't any age groups here. So if you're in your 40s, your 60s or 50s, you're rowing against guys who are 20, 22 years old. Just a lot of guys rowing for the love of rowing, and they want to win.
You know what? They're doing it for a good cause.
Doing it
I
for
mean,
a great
all of
cause.
this money is going towards to fight MS.
Absolutely.
So at the end of the day, everyone's a winner.
You might be right, Coach, about this being a little more than 6 miles because they're almost 70 minutes into this.
Yeah, I mean it feels a lot longer when you're doing it too. You know, I don't know how the greenheads were tonight with the wind. Probably not that bad, but that's a whole other element. We were talking earlier about like how do they stop and get a drink of water? We didn't. When you do the around the island, you actually bring jugs of water and nasal cannula. You put the nasal cannula in your mouth and you drink water, Gatorade. We would do a water Gatorade mix. I saw that BJ Fox and Maddie had that plan with the nasal cannula. And I tell you what, hydration during this type of race.
Now, are these 2 girls finishing at the same time?
I think
that looks like we have a couple paddlers coming in here. That could be Grace.
that is. Yes, that is Grace Emick right there. I can tell she has her pink rash guard on and
there's
a bottle holder. and
All
her
right.
pink board.
On the screen here. Oh, they're switching it up.
Yep, there she
goes
is.
Here's our first female finisher, Grace Emig.
I think she was that second overall too, maybe. Now you want to talk about somebody who paddles all year long, part of the Cold Hands Club. I mean, it's, you know, she'll post something in the middle of the winter. It's 6 days a week. I asked her the other day, we're sitting in the sand together, and I said, Grace, who's the best, you know, top paddlers in the world? And, you know, she was like, you know. And I'm like, just say it. Like, you're one of them. And she's like, yeah, I'm one of them. And, you know, and I think one of the things that when you go out west and you go there, she was explaining that on the East Coast our conditions, and friend, you've always said this, how rough that Atlantic Ocean is,
Right.
how we have to deal with the wind. Well, when they go out west to compete, there's not wind like, they won't paddle. They'll say, no, we're not going to do this race. So, or they won't come over here and race in these elements.
So you can see the difference here in changes. Margate just took a course change. They're now off the screen. Upper Township, they're staying more of a straight line. Upper Township's going into a commanding lead, and you can just look at the acceleration in their drive.
Yeah.
They're rowing real well.
I mean, this is their backyard. I mean, it definitely helps. They, you know, to take a boat literally around the inlet to have a, hey.
And it's cool that this is your home race.
Yes.
Right.
It is special winning your home
Absolutely.
race.
Absolutely.
There goes the bridge, right?
Yep. We got a
Strap
stroke
here,
rate on them, Coach?
Firecracker. I can get one here for
Let's
you.
get it. Up through the bridge.
They shortened it up a little bit. They're on at 35 strokes a minute. They look like they are coming in with a nice. It feels good when you're coming across the finish line with that much of a lead and you can enjoy it.
And we can see them right now. If we turn around, they're coming right through the boat, through the bridge.
You can hear the crowd
Yep.
starting to realize what's going on here with our first place finishing boat.
Kate May's coming in through the bridge as well. They're on the outside,
Oh, yeah.
pretty far out there. The nice part about this race is you do not have to finish in a certain spot. You can come through. You just have to hit that point.
Now we got Margate here. This is going to be a
Oh,
tight
okay,
finish
yeah.
because they got some fast water coming through, and it doesn't look like the water's moving that fast for Cape May.
No.
So they might lose this lead to an Atlantic County crew. I was getting ready to call 2 for Cape May County.
All right,
We'll see.
congratulations.
There goes
Upper
one.
Township.
Congratulations,
Upper
Upper.
Township.
Big W there.
Yeah, I think Margate's going to take this. It's going to be close,
It's
though.
going to be close. We got a funny angle here, but I think so.
I think you're right, Coach.
And then we got Stone Harbor right behind him. I mean, we said it earlier. Yup. And then it goes Margate. Second place.
Stone Harbor, the two St. Augustine boys coming in strong.
Well, I'll tell you what. They're moving on this Cape May crew who was on the outside lane. They had to paddle all the way back to the middle of the
Cape May
channel.
getting across in third.
Third.
Good row, boys.
And then Stone Harbor.
Just waiting for that whistle. You're rowing. You want to know, are we done? Row until you hear that whistle.
And then we have Longport coming through right now.
Just think about that, guys. Sean's 40.
Three?
How old? Sean's 43. I had to think about that for a second. Mikey's 40. They've been doing this for 20-some years. You know,
Incredible.
and they are still in this race.
Top 5, right?
Yeah, it's, you know, and my boys are off the camera here. They're just off the side of us right now. And, you know, they literally have grown up watching Uncle Sean. They've grown up watching Uncle Sean race. And this is their life. These guys love doing it.
All right, we're going to go to an interview right now.
Yep.
Well, we finally have a winner for the men's paddle prone race. It's Clay Stevens of Cape May Beach Patrol. Clay, great race out there. Pretty long one as well, being 6 miles. How does it compare to some of the other races you've had this summer?
Well, it's not the longest. You know, the race is kind of split into two different things, like the super long ones and the sprint ones. I've only done one sprint one. That was Cape May Counties. I was only a half mile. I won that one. And then very beginning of the summer, I did a 15-mile race. So compared to that, 6 isn't bad.
What was it like out on the course today, kind of navigating through the bay?
Yeah, it was tough. I've done this race a handful of times before, so I kind of know, like, you get the current, you go in the middle. When you're fighting it, you kind of stay near the edges. So I've had that experience. Wind was tough, but it was manageable. Not the worst conditions I've had.
When you're in these longer races, what helps you the most when you're out on the water and having a strong finish?
I just keep on thinking there's someone right behind me. I try to look back and see, and sometimes I see someone, sometimes I don't. But in my head, there's always someone around my tail. I'm just trying to beat them.
That's probably why you ended up winning this race today, the paddle prone champion. Clay, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, back to you guys. All right.
Well, congratulations. Remember, we have different divisions, and that was one of the divisions at the paddleboard. That was one of the winners. We see some more lifeboats coming in. Cape May boat finishing. We've had a couple from Wildwood Crest, Cape May Point, Avalon. Just a beautiful night for racing.
Oh, my God.
That feeling when you cross the finish line, you're just done.
You're done. You ready? You ready for a coldie?
You took the words out of my mouth.
Absolutely. Whether it's a water, a soda, you know, and perfect place here to come have one.
And a lot of these guys are going to be rowing Friday night in Wildwood at the Dutch Hopkins.
And they do put on a great show down in Wildwood. I mean, this year I was talking to Matt Hoffman earlier today. He was one of the instructors, and he can't wait for it. He was running on the sideline, getting ready for that 1 mile run. He has 3 of his buddies from St. Joe's that decided to join Wildwood Beach Patrol, so he's going to be racing against his teammates. You know, you have these college competitions. Everybody knows everybody. It's just, and then the live band after.
Yeah.
I mean, they put on a way to start the big 3.
It's an atmosphere.
You know.
The run. That is a unique to Wildwood, the run. I used to just do the city run to try to get into that race.
I mean, the times they're doing. He ran the other day. He had to run 6 1600s. He ran 2 of them before and then went, I think, 450 on his 3rd run. 450. I mean,
amazing.
Incredible.
The Hawk will never die. I mean, I know he goes to St. Joe's.
Yep.
Some fast runners in Cape May.
Yes, and Avalon always pulls some kind of cross-country runner.
Yeah.
You know.
North Wildwood used to have some runners back in the day.
Here comes the point across the finish line here.
Literally getting their point across the finish line.
You know, some of these beach patrols, you think, like Cape May Point, Longport, for a long time, we had 26 guys on the beach, small beach patrol.
Yeah.
And then you got beach patrols like you guys, Atlantic City, Ocean City, huge.
Yeah,
and everybody
109
competes.
lifeguards.
It is a wide range of beach patrols. The number, obviously, with Brigantine, how many miles is Brigantine long? It's 4 miles long.
4 miles protected, and then inlet beach, and then 3 miles unguarded on the northern zone that we respond to rescues up there.
We're a big island. People don't realize that.
Yeah.
It is a big island.
Yeah. And then you have, like, Strathmere, smaller, but the quality of lifeguards is there.
Sure.
From the point to Brigantine and our friends up north as well. I mean,
and to put something on like this, people don't see the background. You need people to drive the boats, people to get the oars. The competitors need to warm up. It's a lot. You know, this is a regatta, essentially, and it's all day. We have to figure out beaches to get coverage for guys to get just to get off the beach for a little bit, just to get ready to race. We also had a race tonight in Ship Bottom, so we split our beach patrol so we can continue to race and put on this show for the crowds to show them what we do. So
it's funny. Like, we talk about like, what's our favorite football team? I would think that all of us, we like the Birds, right?
Yeah, good Birds.
And then you got the Phillies. But when you grow up in South Jersey on the islands, this is your team.
This is your team.
Yeah. You're looking at the paper. You're looking at the internet. You're finding out who won if you weren't at the race. You're making a night out of this because this is what you do.
This is what you do.
You come to these races. You celebrate culture. You celebrate your friends that are racing and training. And you know, my kids are here to watch their heroes. Your
100%.
kids, it's your hero. You're watching these guys. You know, when I was a kid, we went to the beach. Grew up in Margate, went to the beach in Longport because my grandmother lived in Longport. So when we went to the beach, we watched Pat Armstrong swim and Dan Adams row and Mike row, and like that was what we did. You know, that you grew up with that culture. And you know what? If anything, tonight we're talking about this. It's like if you're a young kid who wants a job on the beach patrol, go get a lifeguard boat. Get out there and learn how to take some strokes. Get in the paddleboard. Go swim on the swim team, and keep this alive because it is special and it's unique to our area.
And there go Wayne and Jim from Upper Township, alumni boat. Those guys probably have a combined age around 120. Still rowing, still doing great out there in the boats. And that's a great point, Coach. I mean, I remember being a child. The first people that my parents trusted me to outside of family were lifeguards. Swim in front of the lifeguard. Swim in front of the lifeguard. We were not allowed to go in the ocean when the lifeguards weren't there. And I always tell the youngsters, if you don't want to mow lawns during the summer.
There's that beautiful American flag boat.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
I think those guys look like they're probably winning the B heat there.
I went up to a girl today, one of our students, and I said to her, Sean, what swimmers do you have from Brigantine? He goes, Jody, go talk to Jody. And she goes, I can't do that. I work at Surf Sundries. What? Not at Surf Sundries. This is the Beach Patrol. She got on the other day, and she walks up, and she goes, I just got to thank you. This is the greatest job I've ever had. And, you know, she came on, and she's been training, and she's just having a great time. And it's so nice to be able to teach these young kids this way of life that, you know, they'll be able to have and become a part of just this legacy of South Jersey lifeguard rowing.
Absolutely.
And paddling and swimming.
And Avalon has their boat named after Craig Whitehead, Lieutenant Craig Whitehead, former South Jersey champion rower. Yeah, that right there is my favorite boat. I'm sorry. The color schemes are beautiful in a lot of them, but that one is just incredible.
If that's not your favorite boat, you're not American.
That's right.
Right.
Now, if they had an Italian boat, that might be my second favorite, or an Irish boat, either or. What a beauty. I'm like, the drone footage, not to blow our own horn, but, well, we don't operate the cameras, but they're just doing a great job with the coverage of this race today. And a good thing, I mean, you're a retired lifeguard, I'm not a retired lifeguard. It just doesn't feel like you're out of this because you see so many people you worked with or you competed against, or, you know, and it's always great seeing everybody.
Absolutely.
As the first question Colin asked me when I announced my retirement last year, he goes, "You're still going to do the races?" I said, "I'll do a few." My man next to me and you now are just doing a great job. When I'm not announcing, I'm definitely watching. Like right there, that's a nice boat. That's the old style. Color scheme, but that's really nice.
North Wildwood, they'll be hosting the Around the Island row in a few weeks. That is, whew.
Why? Why do we do it? And it's something, you know what? If you want to train for something, it's a marathon, but you're proving something to yourself too.
Yeah. Speaking of training, the two boys that are sitting behind us over here, my boys, they will be in Brigantine in a few weeks for the Brigantine Triathlon.
Yes,
We're doing it. I'm actually attempting to do it myself.
You got to do it.
I have two speeds though, slow and stop.
Well, here's the thing.
I don't know how fast.
It's not a swimmer's triathlon. This is it's a 4-mile run, 11-mile bike, and the quarter mile is a hair short.
Yeah.
So it does favor the runners and the cyclists. Yes.
I plan on getting the participation award here. I'm gonna if I do it.
I don't
it's
believe
just for
that
exercise.
for a second. We have a dark horse announcing right now for the Brigantine Triathlon. Coach Brian Duffy. Watch out, John Brooklary. He won last year.
I may bring my beach cruiser.
So funny story. One night, it was after the Atlantic City Classics. I lost a bet, and I had to do I did the Brigantine race on a beach cruiser, and it was not fun.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're going to go to an interview
but it
with
can be done, is what I'm saying.
winner of the female paddleboard, Grace Emig.
I'm in here at the MS Bay Race, and it's a familiar face on the women's side taking home the W. Grace Emig of Brigantine Beach Patrol. How was the water out there today?
It was fun. The currents are always really strong here, and we have a lot of wind tonight, so it makes it interesting.
That was one of the things that one of our other paddlers mentioned, was that stronger wind, and especially in a longer race here on the bay, how does that affect your strategy when you're out there?
I mean, I feel like the current actually has more of a pull than the wind does. So going into the wind, you're kind of staying on your stomach a little bit more, because if you're up on your knees, the wind's in your face. And then once you turn that corner, the wind's to your back. You can kind of hopefully ride some bumps on the way back. So
You won the Kuhn Invitationals a few weeks ago, and now taking the win here at the MS Bay Race. What does that say to just the season you've been having, and how do you continue this momentum as South Jersey's approach next month?
So for this, I mean, my season has been pretty good this year. I'm proud of myself, but I train for the long distance stuff. So this is like right up my alley. And the sprint stuff is just like fun. So I'm looking forward to a couple more of the sprint races this year and finishing off the season strong.
Well, we'll certainly have to look out for that. Grace, thanks so much for taking the time. We'll send it back to you guys in the booth.
All right, congratulations, Grace. Well, there's an interesting boat there, number 4 with the teeth in the front.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Jaws boat.
Watch out.
Hey, Grace is out in Ventnor every morning.
Every morning.
I row for Viking Rowing Club, and if we got masters rowers out there that are interested, we row Sunday mornings at 7 o'clock. It's awesome. We have so many former champion rowers that come out. Just this week, we had 4 8s on the water.
Wow.
We did a full 5,000-meter head race. Here's the Armstrong boys coming in here, doing a great job finishing. But Grace is out there every morning working as hard as she can and training. That's an awesome job. Congrats to Grace. And there's
the Swifts.
There's the Swifts, another awesome legacy lifeguard family.
I remember it's 10 years ago, no joke. Dad was pulling the son around in the Pilgrim paddle, and I was there going, "Oh my God, he's pulling his 10-year-old around." And now he's still pulling him around. We'll give him that. But he's not a 10-year-old anymore in the stern.
Did you get Rocco in the boat yet?
Well, we just started rowing, and I think this year we are going to do the Pilgrim paddle. That's our goal.
Let's do the hammer row.
Come
on, man. Matt's right over there. Matt and I do the hammer row. He's 13 now, and I'm not allowed to not do it with him.
How low? Is there a minimum? Did they have to be a certain age?
Matt was 11 years old
11?
the first time
I
he
guess
did
we
it.
gotta
He's
do
got
it.
the record.
I guess we gotta
He's got
do
the
it.
record, youngest kid to ever do it.
I'll throw Remy in there.
Let's go. You got to break the record.
Break the record.
Yeah.
All right, here you go. We're
Andrew's
not
sitting
doing
there.
the hammer row. We're all doing it. We're doing the hammer row. We're in.
That's it.
Cut the check.
We are currently looking for sponsors for the.
Yes.
And that's a great fundraiser too, right?
It is. The Pearl Foundation was a scholarship organization that started after Mike McGrath passed away in 2005, and it goes towards local students going into college-age kids, and we've also in the past given it to a few families who've had unfortunate tragedies or things like that. And Patty McGrath, Mike's wife and Mikey's mom, she runs that, and they do an amazing job every year, along with the help of the Longport Beach Patrol to run that. So the best is, like I said, it's around 45 to 50 boats, and they start at the same time, and it is complete chaos.
How long of a row is it?
It's 4 miles.
Around an island.
You go back into Margate, around the island back behind Maynard's, and then you come back. And every year it changes depending on the tide, which direction you make the turn, a clockwise or counterclockwise turn. But it is pure chaos, it's so much fun.
It is fun.
It
and you guys
really
have a
is.
nice party after, too. Still
There's a nice
burgers
little burgers and
sandwiches.
beverages.
Yeah,
and
excellent.
That's awesome.
And that is done by the Longport Volunteer Fire Department, who helps out there every
excellent.
year.
And we have Kate May here in first place for the women's division. Looking strong. Look
Great
at the
job,
connections
ladies.
they have right there.
You talk about that technique. That's outstanding.
That's as
nice
good as it
layback.
gets. I mean, and what I like to look at, Coach, if you probably say the same thing as, they stopped rowing, but are they coming in and out together?
Yeah.
And are they pulling the same pressure at the same time is really important to get the boat speed going. They're jacked up. I love to see
A lot
that.
of times with these boats, you just have to pick it along.
Pick it.
You know, if you try to muscle it, you're gonna hurt yourself. and the boat's not going to glide.
I just took a kid out this week, and I said, listen, we're going to row zero pressure. What? So we go out, same thing. You did with me, we rode zero pressure. And he's like, this is the fastest we've ever gone. I'm like, exactly, because we're picking it up together.
Yep.
And when you're fighting each other, it does not help. And when you're young, that's what you want to do, though. You want to go fast, you want to pull hard. But once you start learning when to pull hard and how to pull hard is when you create that speed.
It's all about connection. Connection to the blade, connection to the water, connection to the oar handle to the hands, connection to the feet to the footboard, and connection between the sternman and the bowman.
Yep.
They got to flow together.
So the first place.
There's Smitty right there. There's my old rowing partner. He still looks like a monster.
Absolutely.
That guy is insane.
And a beach flags champion for a long time there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember watching him in beach flags when I was a kid and just going, oh my God.
Yeah.
You know?
It looks like the first place Cape May Beach Patrol crew in the women's lifeboat division was Jenny Rafter and AP Gray. Congratulations to Jenny and AP. Great performance. Congratulations on your victory tonight. Wawa Crest boat finishing. That boat's named after Chief Bud Johnson, South Jersey legend.
The sound everybody wants to hear.
Yeah, exactly. I do like Wawa Crest color scheme. That orange and blue. It's kind of familiar.
It is, yeah.
Was a rumor that you guys picked that because was it the old captain like the Mets? Did I hear that?
That's not true.
That's not true. I heard that.
I can tell you exactly why.
Well, wait, our old captain, wasn't he one of your old teachers at Holy Spirit?
Great
yes.
man. He was a great man.
Captain King.
Well, now, Fran, you can answer this question. This is our 100 years in Brigantine, and we went with the original colors, which is
red, white, and blue.
Yeah, red, white, and blue, which I don't mind. I mean, I miss the orange. But isn't it funny with lifeguard uniforms, when you switch it up, it kind of reinvigorates the old stuff, but also you like the new stuff. Like we had the royal blue. That was what I came on the Beach Patrol in 2000 with. And then after King passed away, we went orange for a long time. So it was nice to get that little bit of a break of the orange and kind of go in the red, white, and blue this year. How about Longport? Have you guys changed throughout
So
the
when
year?
I first got on, it was the standard red, white, and blue. And then I forget when it was. It was probably in the late 90s. Chief Adams, they decided to go with black shorts, black trunks. So we went red and black. Kind of looked like the Chicago Bulls for a little while.
All right.
We even had basketball jerseys made up for 1 year.
I remember
cool.
those.
Yeah, they were cool.
And you guys had the tribute tank top too the 1 year, the black tank top, right?
Yeah, I think so.
They were sharp.
So then that was the standard for a long time. That is the Mannings right there, husband and wife couple, a couple that rows together stays together, I guess.
Absolutely.
You know? So Mike and I rode lightweights back in about 31 years ago at Holy Spirit. Good man. Good coach, too.
I think it's the thing. Rowers just marry rowers, right? I mean.
I married a cheerleader. But, yeah.
Somebody heard that comment.
Matt just walked away.
And it's good that your boys are getting so big. My goodness.
Yeah, they're over there fighting right now, but that's okay. Yeah, the talking about the Beach Patrol, like my favorite part was every time the uniforms would change, then one day during the summer we'd have to go retro. And the old guys would wear their old stuff. So we would break out the old Burwells, and I remember Joel Sprano would wear the duckbacks, which I think they might have been made out of canvas. I'm not sure.
They were. Oh, they were heavy.
Yeah. So we would break those out, and Eric Grimley, he's famous for full on, like he can still wear his old gear.
Yeah.
25 years later, I cannot. But it's funny, man. You see the old timers wearing the old stuff.
I know. We started out in Brigantine. 1980 was my rookie year, and we were royal blue because Brigantine won the South Jerseys in '79, and then we were blue for a while, and they were very popular, and people were stealing the uniforms. Girlfriends or sisters were wearing the uniforms, and the captain said, "I think we need to change colors again," and orange was the international color of rescue. And he went with that. He went international orange. That was the color.
Hey, real quick, that Wildwood boat that's coming out right here, Bowman's rowing Sean and Tennies. All right.
Oh,
that
really?
is classic. I love rowing with Sean and Tennies. For the hammer row, Matt and I will row with Sean and Tennies. They're the old style wooden oars. They're just to me, when you're rowing these long distance races, they have a different feel than the newer oars. Not to say anything's wrong with the newer oars.
Yeah.
The newer oars are amazing. The carbon fiber, unbelievable. But the old Shaw and Tennies, there's something to say about the way they bend through the drive and then release, and you get that little bit of pop at the end. It's pretty cool. So I just saw that. That's awesome.
Because the oar's not moving through the water, right? The oar's staying stationary, and the boat's moving.
Usually the
You're
oar
getting propelled.
The oar has slippage, so it's going to move through. Probably, I mean, it depends. And if you get it clean and you're moving well, there's not a lot of slip.
Okay.
We're going to go to an interview here.
See who we have.
Yeah.
Well, we're here with the winners of the MS Bay race, and it's the hometown team taking the win. Chase Brown and Ryan Manning of Upper Township Beach Patrol. Great race out there from the both of you. How's it feel to get the win today?
Feels good. I mean, home course. It's a little slow of a year just against the wind, but it's nice to go out there and have a hard fought victory against Margate. Super close the whole time, but it was really fun. So,
yeah, definitely. We've been putting in a lot of work in the ocean. People probably think that we row this course all the time because it's our home course, but we really don't. So, a little shock to the system, but no, it was good. Like you said, we're with Margate and Longport and Cape May. We're up there, so shout out to them. You know, everyone's working hard, coming up on the big three. So yeah, shout out to all the other racers and stuff like that. It was a tough battle.
Talk about the big three races that come towards the end of the season. Obviously, South Jersey's being one of them. How does winning a race like this, where it's not on the ocean, it's on the bay, how does that give you guys momentum going into the end of the summer and pushing for that finish?
It's nice because we know that we're in shape, but ultimately these races don't mean much when it comes to ocean racing. I mean, this is about a little more than 3 times as long as an ocean race, and there's so many more variables, so yeah.
Yeah, I think we got the speed down, the fitness down, the strength. All those aspects are good, but the ocean's a different animal. You know, you gotta get a good start, get a good turn, good wave on the way in, so stay on course. There's a lot more variables in the ocean, so you know, we got our speed down and time to just kind of smooth it out, lock in the other variables for the next couple of weeks.
And of course, with this being your home turf, obviously this event today, the MS Bay race, coming in support of a great cause, the multiple sclerosis awareness. What does it mean to know that you and the other patrols here are working together to bring awareness to a good cause?
It means a lot. I mean, it's a fun race, but ultimately all of the patrols are raising money, and it feels good knowing that it's going to a good cause. So,
yeah, that's the best part, just feeling good, giving back. You go on the website and you see everyone that, donated, so shout out North Wildwood. They're raking in the big bucks, bro. They're donating mad money. So, but yeah, Avalon, everyone, they're, paying more than what they need to get in. So I got a sponsor. Shout out Morgan Stanley. Shout out Coach Kelly. But yeah, everyone's bringing money in for a good cause. So it feels really good to give back.
A whole ton of patrols and organizations coming here today to Strathmere to support a good cause. Thanks for joining us, guys, and we'll send it back to you in the booth.
I'm talking about competitors. And that's the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. If you want to donate to the cause, you can pretty much just put your camera phone right up to that code, QR code. Thank you, Alex. And donate to the cause. Again, all money raised tonight will go to the fight against multiple sclerosis and for finding a cure for this horrible disease. We continue to have competitors crossing the line in a bunch of different divisions. First of all, the lifeboat division, the stand-up, and the prone paddlers. A lot of guys still coming in, guys and girls. And what turned out to be a beautiful,
oh my God,
beautiful Monday night here.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have some storms, but then it's gonna get hot again. So, this is September weather
Summertime,
right here.
man.
But you never know what you get in South Jersey.
We got a few sponsors here, Fran. You want to?
Sure. Let's look at
one more time.
some of our sponsors. Thank them. Thank them. Harbor Outfitters, Corson Electric from Seaville, New Jersey, the McLaughlin Construction Management Group, GBA Engineers and Surveyors, Oarhouse Products. They're the ones that make these beautiful Van Dyne boats and these oars. Capasso and Son Electrical, and Greenside, genuine real estate company.
Thank you to the sponsors. That's awesome that they support this. They're supporting the community in South Jersey. They're supporting the lifeguards and supporting the MS Foundation as well.
And some more mixed doubles crews coming in. And some of these, I'll tell you, some of these guys look like they're in better shape than they were a couple years ago.
There's Johnny McCann.
Yeah, there goes
right
Johnny
there.
McCann. Good job, buddy. Another female crew.
Yeah, you can see the fatigue setting in. I mean, it's a long race. It's a tough race, and you know, the nice part is with this type of race, this is an experience for these young athletes, and they're gonna get so much more out of this. Whether they win or whether they come in last, it doesn't matter. They're gonna get an experience. And you know, the Upper Township crew here, those guys did an amazing job. You could tell, like they've been training hard, they've been working hard. And my brother said, he goes, watch out for this. They're going to be fast. And they absolutely were. And it just goes to show, like, the hard work, dedication. That's going to be a crew that's going to be around for a long time.
Yeah,
right
it
there.
is. So who do we like as we're getting here? We're talking about this for the South Jerseys this year. We'll try not to be biased, you know. Let's take Brigantine and Longport out of it. Right?
Brigantine and Longport out? We're not allowed to pick them.
We're not allowed to pick them because obviously, you know, we already said they were our teams.
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
After looking at the first couple events, Atlantic County-wise, Atlantic City looks really strong. I know Charles Schreiner, their swimmer, he's doing really well. And their rowers have just been really putting on a clinic pretty much in some of these races. I know Margate looks good. Their doubles crew looks excellent. Longport's always in the mix. I really haven't seen that many Cape May crews yet, Cape May County crews. But I'd say as far as Atlantic County, you know.
I'd have to agree with you. Atlantic City, I mean, you know, what a showing by Schreiner. I mean, the kid's an absolute stud. Swims for BU, EHT Seahawk.
Right.
And has just, you know, always a good showing. But as rowers go, an old hermit right there we have. Vince Grenese.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's been a staple for Atlantic City for a long time.
And he's had his ups and down years, and this is one of his ups, I got to say. I mean, they've been moving a boat.
Yeah, 100%.
It's impressive.
They do a great job.
So Egg Harbor Township High School, they had John Tepper, Joey Tepper, Charles Schreiner.
Yes.
They're 3 South Jersey champion swimmers right there.
Yeah.
And were they
all
all coached?
club swimmers at the Seahawks for the Elkos.
Were they all coached by Chief Jameson?
Yes.
Right? Mark Jameson?
No, yes.
Ocean City Beach Patrol Chief?
And that just goes to show, like, the training, and this is a great outlet for that.
Yeah.
And none of them swam for Ocean City.
No, but EHT has the swim team, the Seahawks, and the high school have had a really good foundation together where they've been able to produce these swimmers with the coaches working together so closely. And it just goes to show you how you know, club swimming and high schools coming together. It feeds right into these beach patrols.
Yeah.
It's creating lifesavers for us.
100%. On the rowing side, you know, if I'm not allowed to pick, we're not allowed to pick Brigantine or Longport.
So
right? I'm honestly going to say that Margate crew impressed me, man. That Margate crew impressed me, you know. And Bob Bechtel.
Absolute stud.
Sean gave me a little insight. Bob's first partner was Carl Smallwood, which is Hayden's dad.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool, you know. It goes to show the generational, you know, connection here. And on their singles side, Chris Byers, he is just as good as any rower in South Jersey.
Yes.
You know who was the first guy who put Chris Byers in a boat?
You.
That would be me, because Chris Byers was my mascot. 30th Street Beach in Longport. Chris and Matt Spires.
And look at this great picture right here, father-daughter combo.
There you go. Beautiful.
Right.
It's awesome. That's a Christmas card right there.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, the Spires boys are great, and their mom, Mary Ellen, is a sweetheart. They would sit on my beach every day, and they come into the stand and hang out with us. And those were the kids who would pull the boat up and help us out and move the stuff and always help out and support. Yep. So who do we got there? They look like they just got done.
That's the Upper Township Beach Patrol. It's a mixed crew. Looks like father-daughter.
Bill Hanley.
Bill Hanley and Regan Hanley. Apologize. It's either Regan or Regan. So I think that's father-daughter.
And Bill is the captain of the Upper Township Beach Patrol.
Yeah, and what a great host he has been for us tonight. You know, getting these boats. And I remember years ago we had a couple crews that jumped in and they just brought a boat for us down here. You know, they don't have to do that. They don't have to lend the boat. But I guarantee there's a couple Upper Township boats that were lent out tonight that they didn't have to do just because they wanted to get the participation as much as they could. And, you know, to win this race for them as their hometown race is just huge. He's got to be ecstatic. Rowing with his daughter, you know, and bringing home the W. I mean, what's better than that, Coach?
And they support all the other Beach Patrol events too.
Yep.
They'll have a number of crews at the around the island. I'm sure they will have. Upper Township usually brings the most crews besides Longport to the Hammer Row, like for year in and year out. They're outstanding Beach Patrol, outstanding leadership there, and Bill's done an awesome job.
And Avalon just had another crew finish, mixed crew of McKenna Finnegan and Asher Conray. Great job, guys. See a lot of our judges coming in now, judge boats, judge wave runners coming in. And there goes. That's exactly where we are, the Deauville Inn, Strathmere, New Jersey.
Wow, what a view.
Absolutely.
And thank you to Stampone, O'Brien, Dilsheimer, Holloway, your injury lawyers. Thank you to Orhouse Products, GBA Engineers, the McLaughlin Construction Management, Corson Electric, Harbor Outfitters, Greenside, a genuine real estate company. And thank you to our viewers for tuning in tonight on the YouTube channel. These are great. I'll tell you, these are great. I know I don't want to speak for you guys, but I watch these during the winter. You know,
keeps you warm.
Yeah,
keeps you warm when you're shoveling that. What was that? 15 inches of snow, whatever we got.
Yeah.
When
what a view.
Let's take a break and go look at this. Go look at some summertime.
So we have right now, we were talking about, we were picking our South Jersey picks. We couldn't pick our own beach patrols. So we have Atlantic City, Margate, and if we had to pick a third,
I'm gonna go with Stone Harbor.
Stone Harbor.
Joe Tortella he's just stepping up his game every year and working hard.
Awesome.
They could be that dark horse young crew that comes up.
I love it. And let's
but come on, man, we got to go the old school guys. They got to get one in there.
Oh yeah, Sean's got to get one. I've been saying it for years. He's got to get one. Let's just give him one. No, I'm just kidding. You got to earn it. There's no giving.
The Savell boys are so good, and I mean,
well, only we got one. We got Boy.
It's still
he's still an animal. You know,
they're an outstanding family.
Oh my God.
And
talk about apple trees make apples.
I got lucky enough to help out with Jack and his Henley crew last year when they were training over here. It was a combined boat of lightweight, collegiate, Ivy League rowers. And when you talk about just amazing athletes, you know, it was awesome. It was really special to be a part of that. And it was Paul Savell, he called me up and asked me if I wanted to help out, and Rob Canavan was the spearhead behind this coaching, and I was just lucky enough to help out with that at that time. And they're special, man. It was really fun and awesome group of people. So good luck to everybody. Everybody competing.
It'll be fun.
In races over the next
and we're going to cut to a commercial.
My entire life has completely changed. I can't do the things I used to love to do. Without Stampone, O'Brien, Dilsheimer, and Holloway, I would be so much worse off, and life is as good as it's going to get for now. They were just the most upfront and just truthful professionals I think I've ever met. I don't think there's a law firm out here that could handle anything better than them.
All right, we are live. We are back. Once again, if you see the QR code and you would like to, we would love for you to donate to the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. Really got to, all the money goes to research and development to help these therapies and help the people with it. You know, we're out here for a good cause to raise this money. You know, I think we have every competitor off the water, which is good. And
time to enjoy the night a little bit here.
Absolutely.
We're waiting for an interview with the chief of the Upper Township Beach Patrol, Bill Handley, who has been not only the host tonight.
And we're going to the interview.
And we're going to the interview.
Wrapping things up. Wrapping things up here at the MS Bay races here in Strathmere, and we're joined now by Upper Township Beach Patrol Chief Handley and his daughter, Reagan Handley, who were rowing together today in the races. You said, Chief, you said that this is the third time that you guys had rowed together and the best time that you guys have had so far. So
we think
what was your assessment?
Might be our best time overall. There was a lot of competitive crews out there, so it might not have been our best place. So we, you know what, check the historical record. But this young lady is the first person I've rowed the race with 3 times. I've rowed it 25 times, and I've rowed with a lot of people, but I'm very proud to have gotten to row with my youngest daughter, Reagan. So,
how would you say she compares to some of the other partners you've had?
She's the best. Well, I got to say, her sister, Brooke, was pretty good, too. So, like, the two of them were the 2 best I've ever had.
I think it's a good bonding time. Definitely teaches tough love out there. But, yeah, it was good. It's an honor to be able to do it 3 times with him. That's why I wanted to do it. I've been retired as a lifeguard for, like, 2-3 years now, so it was nice getting back out there.
It's always nice to come together, especially on a day like today and supporting MS awareness. What does it mean to you to see so many different patrols come out here, so many different people watching here today? What does that mean to just support a cause?
I'm humbled to see there's many boats, and we have representation from all South Jersey here today. I'm very proud of what we've created here. I'm proud of our lifeguards for hosting it, and I'm proud of the South Jersey lifeguards for supporting it and raising lots of money for a great cause with MS.
Same, what he said. I mean, it's awesome. It's a great event. It's for a great cause, and it's great seeing everyone come out and be a part of it.
And, you know, going forward, how do you expect this to keep growing? One of the things that caught our ears at the beginning when we were out there, one of the announcers said that at the start of this race, 34 years ago, there was only 17 boats. So now 34 years running at this event, what does it mean to just see the growth of how these patrols have responded in supporting MS awareness?
Well, not only is this a great cause, I think it's a great race. I mean, like, I feel really accomplished in finishing the race today. I mean, I might not have won it, and I got to row with my family. There's a lot of families out here. There's a lot of good incentive for people to get involved in this race. And at the end of the race, you really feel good about what you've accomplished, not just for the cause, but for your own athletic abilities.
For sure, I second that. I mean, it's a tough race, so getting out there and doing it is really a big accomplishment. And it's cool, the camaraderie when we were out there, we were cheering other people on, like the paddleboarders too. It was good energy all around.
Really great energy and a great way to wrap up today's events here at the MS Bay Races. Chief, Reagan, thank you so much for taking the time to join us.
Thanks. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
All right, we'll send it back to you guys in the booth.
All right, thank you so much. I think that's pretty much it for us on this beautiful Monday night at Deauville at this event, the 6 Mile Upper Township Bay Race, raising money to help fight multiple sclerosis. It's been an honor sitting between you men.
Yes, absolutely.
Coach Duffy and Lieutenant Grassi. It's funny because everything's opposite. we are a mirror image here. And Friday night we'll be broadcasting live from the Dutch Hoffmans. I will not be there, but Lieutenant Grassi, you'll be there.
I will. And
first time that all 15 South Jersey Beach Patrols will be competing against one another.
Start of the Big Three.
Always a fun race. Always a fun competition there. And talking about the next stage of this, it's going to be anybody's race.
It's going to be tough.
It's really you can't pick a favorite right now. There is so many quality crews out there, so many great swimmers and great singles rowers that it's going to be exciting.
Yeah,
and if you can't make it to Wildwood, always tune in on the YouTube channel, South Jersey Racing Series.
Absolutely, and thanks to Colin and his crew
here.
These
5 tries, way to go, guys.
Amazing job. The production's outstanding.
It really is. Coach, you really brought
I loved it.
An expertise to the commentary.
Can I tell you, it's like Tom McCarthy and Harry Callis, and I am just
I don't know about
I am
all that.
just your John Kruk, guys. I'm just the old fat guy sitting in here telling stories.
You are not the old.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's been a fun time.
All right, and that'll do it for us tonight here from the beautiful Deauville Inn in Strathmere, New Jersey.
Yes.
And we will see you Friday night at the Wildwoods.
See you on the beach. Swim in front of a lifeguard.